Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're at Frostmoor Crows, episode 54. Dun dun dun. And let's do a bit of a recap. Do you guys remember what happened in the last session?
Oh shit, you know, I really
No.
don't.
Hang on.
I do, because I checked.
I usually do a recap before we start, but
There was a chest.
There was.
Wait, did we accomplish? Oh, right, that's right. Never mind. Now I remember. Wait,
Your chest?
no, because we already killed. We did the whole owlbear thing the game before.
yeah.
We were about to enter combat.
Oh, those little shitheads. Sorry.
The imps, yeah, the
Um,
imps.
The imps showed up.
What imps?
Yes,
No,
we tried to.
You fought those guys. That was ages ago.
No, the imps was last. So we looked through the camp for
Yep.
treasure. We found the box with a sending stone in it, but we don't dare use it. And then we tried to rest as we made our way along. But then during the rest, imps came. So we killed all the imps.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did we stop mid-fight?
No, we kept going. We fought all the imps, but then we were about to enter combat into something else. I'm just trying to think of what it was.
You went up the side of a mountain.
Yep.
Ogres.
and
Ogres.
Came across another anim stone.
That's right.
Down the side of the hill. So you chased them. You went down the side of the hill, and as before they could get,
They started it.
They started
started
coming
it.
at you.
Yep.
They started it, and before they could get to you, you'd lain waste to the three of them, I think.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right,
and
then
wasn't there another one? that
one
we
was
found?
cowering, and we were trying.
Yeah.
We were going to try to. I don't know
To
what we were
talk
going to
to
try to do. Yeah.
And
Well,
don't
Recap
forget, you have some NPCs with you. You have Jera,
Yep.
Princess Jera, and you have a couple of other.
One more, I
One
think.
more. Yeah, you're right. One more. Goliath on your side.
Jura and friend.
Bob.
Oh, that was my Goliath, wasn't it?
He definitely has a name.
Yeah, he definitely
He-
has a name.
He is cannon fodder anyway. So
Cannon fodder.
Cannon fodder.
Well, we can call him Athers.
I thought it was a lady. I thought there were two
Well,
ladies.
oh, the
No
neutral
ladies.
fluidity.
Oh, it's got a name.
Yeah,
Runak.
Runak.
Runak, yeah. The token's got a name.
Perfect.
What?
Okay.
Weird.
Kimball, Jera, Hogsmore. Yeah, Runak, Tricky Bob, Hank, Josiah. We have Momo. Do we have a Hogsmore?
Yep, Hogsmore's
Hogsmore, yeah.
tokens right there next to Runak.
Yep. Great. Okay. So, dibba-dibba-doo. How would you like to proceed then?
Well, we were what? Remember, one was coming around the hiding behind the thing, and then another one charged at us from around the corner.
The unexpected one showed up, yeah. And then it covered, used like dash and covered 60 odd feet in a turn, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause it's right next to me at the moment.
Oh, so he
Yeah.
is still alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're in a combat. Yeah. Is there still a
I
pre-generated initiative or?
We are going to have to do initiative from scratch,
Cool.
I'm afraid. So hold the line.
My internet is fucking slow.
Well, I actually just quickly put that together.
Mhm.
I see one ogre, but the other one. if
The other
there
one
is
was
another
still
one-
kind of cowering, I think.
Yeah.
They're not on the map,
One's on the map.
but the other one isn't.
No.
How can you be sure there's another ogre then?
Um.
All right, let's
Didn't
roll
we
for
ascertain that?
initiative then.
No, that's what we ascertained.
Yeah, there could be more.
I'll
There
get
could just be
your-
like 10. There could be a hole underneath the rock that they just keep
Ooh.
crawling out of.
Initiative.
Damn it, Tim.
Zoinks.
Sorry.
You've been reading my notes again. So Hank's got a 6, Tricky Bob's got a 5, Josiah
Oof.
and Gimbal.
See, what if
17.
Alright,
Stunning
me.
return to form there, Tricky Bob.
see what
I
if
was getting
what
like
if
16s and 17s before.
I know,
It's quite
it was
insane.
strange.
Yeah,
Now
it
we're back
was.
to normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so still waiting on Josiah's initiative.
17. It's
17.
right there.
It usually pops
He
up
did it
into
too.
the.
He did it too fast.
I probably
He's-
did, yeah.
It
he was
didn't.
Do you want me to
itchy trigger
re-roll?
fingers.
I'm happy to re-roll.
No, I'll just plug it in.
All right.
It's fine. Okay, well, Josiah, it's actually your turn at this point.
All right, so there is a big fella in front of me.
Yep.
Had we
Um,
beaten him down? I thought we beat him down a bit.
You may well have, yeah. Yeah. I
Hmm.
will adjust accordingly.
I know because he covered a lot of distance, so I think the only thing that I was able to do was fire off on the oh man, I can't even remember. Oh, let's
So
just yeah.
We're
well,
terrible.
Well,
Yeah, well,
based on our slackness, I'm going to adjust his hit points down a little bit, and
Okay.
we're just going to start over.
all right. Well, I'll just take a swing at him with the longsword.
All right, roll to hit.
That is 18.
Well, that hits.
All right, and that is 9 points of damage.
Wow. Straight
And
up.
then
Oof, and then
with my rakish audacity, I can disengage without doing an opportunity attack. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna move 1, 2,
Ooh,
3
vicious.
over here. Hey,
I
there is
see.
a big red mark here, so this must be a dead guy.
That's a dead guy, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Did we kill him?
yeah. So it must have been the first one that we killed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna head over to his corpse.
All right. Are you going to loot his corpse in the middle of combat?
No.
All right.
But you
fair
could
call.
use it as cover, right?
Yeah, but there's something weird about like entering melee combat and then like hiding under or hiding behind a corpse.
Okay, so Josiah, is that the end of your turn?
Not if you
That's
Hank.
the end of my turn.
All right. Well, the nearest ogre, he is looking at. He's got Momo on his ass, and he is gonna. Oh, come on! Here we go. He is gonna move up here a little bit, where he's gonna take a swipe at Jera.
Who had Jera?
Oh, I think I did. Oh well.
Yeah, I had the other one.
That's all right.
Oh, ouchie! That's a critical hit on Jera.
Oh, yeah. See you, Jer.
So Jera's gonna take 20 points of damage from his
Oof.
massive club.
And she
Smacks her across the head and knocks her to the ground.
she able to use her stone skin thing as a reaction?
She can use it as a reaction, yes.
Yeah. I need to see what the actual rules are on that because I'm just getting a stat block up now.
Mm-hmm.
What are you eating there, Russell?
I'm eating leftovers, mashed
Like pasta?
potatoes with some,
Oh, yeah.
vegetables from a bag
Yeah.
and some fake chicken.
Yeah.
Fake chicken.
Yes.
Is it some of that corn stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
It's not bad, actually. That corn stuff, yeah.
Hmm.
It's so similar in texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Honestly,
grandma
It's
got
like
guilty
salt.
of feeding it to Caroline, who's a pescatarian, because she
Oh.
she thought it was chicken. It's like, oh, I'm sure it was this. I'm sure it was non-meat chicken, but I'm pretty sure it's chicken. No, Granny, they just make it really, really similar now.
Yeah.
So if the Goliath takes damage and remains above 0 hit points, it can take a Constitution saving throw with DC of 5 plus damage taken. On success, it gains 5 temporary hit points.
So damage taken is 20.
Yeah, so it's so no, it doesn't matter.
Okay, but she can get 5 temporary hit points out of it, right?
No, because it has to do a success
Has
of
to
5
actually
plus the
work.
damage taken. So even with a modifier of is it
Plus.
Constitution? No, she can only max get 23. So no
Nice.
temp hit points. So
Okay, so she fails that. Okay.
that's fine. She's got fucking heaps of hit points.
All right. So now it's Gimble's turn. Gimble.
Alrighty.
Kimberly.
Well, I'll take the old double shot.
The old double tap to the head.
That's 11
11.
to hit, and
Um,
a 15 to hit.
Well, funnily enough, they both hit.
Ah, naked babies.
Yes, yes, that's right. Naked babies.
So that'll be 17 damage,
Woof.
and then
Okay.
Momo will charge in. Well, not charge. He's already there, but he'll swing. Oh wait, because he moved away from Momo.
Yep.
Did he move away from Momo, or did he just kind of like shift around Momo? Like, if,
He's
is
still
Momo in?
He's still in range of Momo.
Right. So if Momo has
Momo
to
can-
disengage to run away.
Momo would have to disengage to run away. yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then Momo just bites him then. That'll be 12 plus something, which should hit then.
I think
And
that
1d8,
hits.
1d8 plus 5 damage. Momo does more damage than me. 5 damage.
That is
Wait.
shocking.
Oh wait, no, wait. Sorry, what am I talking about? 7 damage.
damage. He didn't do more damage than you that turn. Well,
No,
maybe
no, but per
attack.
hit.
Right, per
Yeah.
hit.
Right, I'm done.
That's you, Hank.
Alrighty. So Hank is going to move. Whoops, wrong counter. Hank's going to move up to the dead body.
Woof. All
Yeah,
right.
and he's going to try and take cover behind said dead body
Okay.
because it's an ogre, right? So it's
It
a little
is.
bit of mass in front of him.
It's like half cover. It's like
Yeah.
+2
Yeah, sweet,
AC.
cool. So Hank's in cover now, and he's going to take a little short bow shot off at this jerk over here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
All right. All right, jerk.
All right, jerk.
Oh,
Roll.
that was a terrible roll.
Oh.
Would have got +7, so 10 in total.
10 to hit? Does not. hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Sadly,
that's
very
all right.
close. You hit him in the tiny little bit of armor that he's wearing.
Like on his nipple.
The loincloth.
Yeah, he's wearing a chainmail bikini. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. You know, we're yeah, exactly.
He fancied it from an older time.
Yeah.
Used to be his
Yeah, that's
grandmother's back in the day.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so
And no, that
in
doesn't
that
hit.
case,
Yep.
in that case, Hank's just going to sit where he is. He's not even going to bother trying to hide. To be honest, he's
Not gonna
probably just
hide?
gonna-
Okay.
Nah, I don't think so.
Very
He's pretty
good.
confident.
Then Tricky Bob.
I will. It's just one guy and Mama. I will toll the dead. The
Told
guy.
the dead on him. Okay, so he's
Yeah.
making a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Yaha. He rolls a 13. I thought it was a 15, but he gets -2.
Nah, it's saves. Just saves.
Just saves. Okay.
Then I will use my Goliath warrior to. Where is my warrior actually?
You're
Is
not
that
gonna
her?
sacred flame him or anything like that. You can-
That was my
that was your action.
action. Yeah.
Okay.
So unless anyone needs healing, which I don't think you do, I don't really have anything else I can do. But
Ogre
am
needs-
I
Runak is your
Runek is okay, this one.
Jared needs
person.
healing.
Does Jared need healing? Oh
Yeah.
Nah, she's fine. She
Yeah,
hasn't
Yeah,
shouted
she's
she
fine.
needs help.
You got
She's-
heaps of HP.
well actually, no, I will do healing word on Dara,
Okay.
and she gets a bonus action, so 5 HP,
All right, back to
All right.
90.
and she can stab 90.
Holy crap.
105, I think it is. Okay.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, so it's my Goliath. Yowza. Then you get a, I don't know, stab or something.
Yeah, you get basically an
poke.
opportunity attack, right?
Mm.
Yep. So battle axe, two-handed. So let's roll to attack first.
Yep. Do that.
It's a natural 1.
Wow.
Mm.
So Jera slips over in the snow, lands on her ass, and is going to use her movement to get back up again in the next round.
Wow,
Alrighty.
that actually
Um,
worked out worse than if I didn't do it.
Yep.
Yeah, she's going to lose her turn this round.
All right.
Then my Goliath will use their, is it +5 to hit? Their melee weapon on and get an 8.
Okay, that does not hit. The ogre blocks it with its club.
Fair enough.
And now it is Josiah's turn.
Okay. I want to.
Yes.
So I'm going to move up to the Goliath,
Uh-huh.
and I would like to sneak up to the Goliath.
Yeah.
I try and get behind him.
Are you guys looking at the map, by the way?
I am.
Mm.
Do you mean
Yeah.
ogre or Goliath?
Oh yeah, the ogre. Sorry.
Right,
Alright.
because if you make perception checks for me, now as well.
Okay.
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 All right.
What?
7.
Dirty
6.
20.
Oh, nice.
15.
Nice. 15. Okay, well, those of you that get over 10, Hank,
me.
what are you getting for your perception check?
I got a 6.
Okay, so 2 of you will notice this guy.
Okay. All right. So there's another one.
God damn it.
But
Does
I'm
this
only
one look
focused on.
friendly?
And as this guy comes out from behind the rock, you notice that the ground is trembling.
Oh, crap.
Hmm.
You notice snow shift up on the hill as a small, and I mean small avalanche that comes down the hill. It doesn't come near you, it just slides. You notice snow sliding down
Yeah.
the hill.
Oh,
And you
so
notice-
we're not at any threat.
You're
right
not
now.
any direct threat, no. But this ogre sees this avalanche and sees you and sees the slaughter that you have brought upon them. He turns around and begins to run away
Oh.
down the hill.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Okay, so Josiah, sorry, what did you did roll something to hit or something?
No, so I wanted to sneak up behind this guy. He's currently engaged with Jera.
Right now you have advantage because you
Don't want me to roll stealth or anything?
well, you can make a stealth check too, but it doesn't matter because you are behind him,
Okay.
and that gives you advantage. It gives you
Alright.
advantage. You're flanking, and he's engaged, so you get your sneak attack regardless.
I wasn't worried about my sneak attack. I was just hoping to attack unawares. I was vying to maybe get what am I doing?
Triple
Um,
advantage? No,
No, I was vying to get advantage
kill.
on my attack roll.
you will get attack
Okay.
advantage. So, yeah.
Then, so I'm going to try and disarm him with my attack as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's
So-
see how that goes.
Let's say 25.
25, and I suppose I better contest that.
So hang on, let me have a look at what.
I doubt he can. Oh, actually, you know what? He could contest that.
So when I hit with my attack weapon, I expend 1 superiority, add the damage to disarm it. If it fails, a strength saving throw of DC 14. So I'll do my attack.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you just roll a 25 to hit for your attack?
Yep.
Okay, so you're doing your damage? Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
So initial damage is 8 plus plus my disarming attack.
Okay.
So no, I don't add anything to it. So he has to do a DC 7 throw strength of 14 or more.
14 or more. 13. You managed to disarm the ogre.
Okay. And then I throw my sneak attack damage in there as well, which is another 5. So all up
So another 5.
13.
Okay. At that point,
And he
Your-
loses his weapon.
he loses his weapon. All right. He tries to grab Jura, like just tries to just grab her and starts moving this way. That's going to give you an opportunity attack, but he's going to go for Jura. But is it his turn? Yes, it is his turn. So Jera, can you make a strength saving throw or a athletics check, please?
Okay, what's her modifier for that? Plus 3.
I rolled a
Okay.
24.
Oof.
Did
She
pets
rolled a
get
1.
reaction attack?
You rolled a 1. Okay, well
Again.
she was not expecting that, but you do get an opportunity attack on him, Josiah.
Alrighty.
Do pets get opportunity attacks?
I want to say
Yeah.
no, to be honest, but
Yeah.
15.
they should, I suppose.
Yeah.
15. No. Yeah, you do hit. Yeah. Do your
Okay.
damage.
That's another 8.
Okay. Woof, he's bleeding profusely from various parts of his body now. And wailing. He's grabbed Jera by the neck. As
She's failed. She gets no turn.
Yep.
Yep.
And now he grabs her and holds her like he's gonna snap her neck if you try anything at this point. Stop! He shouts.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it?
Yeah. It's
as
yours,
it-
I think, Gimbal.
It is your turn, Gimbal. Yeah. Sorry, I get confused looking at the map and roll.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Gimbal save.
do a gimbal check.
Uh-oh.
A gimbal
Get
check.
it. Hmm.
14.
What do you guys think that means?
I think.
That's a save. That's he's not going to let Jared die, is he?
Well,
Is he? Or
no.
is that
My
the-
plan would be to kill the ogre before so quickly that he can't hurt Jera.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Gimbal, you can try.
All right, cool. I'm going to use up both of my snake's bites on each shot. So each shot will get an extra acid thingy, and I'm out of charges now.
Okay.
This
Well.
is a good idea.
Good idea. All right, go for your life.
Oh, there's a crit.
Oh.
Nice,
All
nice.
right. So what's the minimum damage on that?
2d8 plus 4. So, the minimum damage of all of them would be 6.
That's fine. Okay, so you rolled 13 though, right?
Mm-hmm.
For damage. Okay, how do you kill him?
13 for damage.
How do you
Straight
kill him?
in through the eyes, like it goes right past like Jera's face.
Right, straight into his eye. He just lets her go and collapses backwards into the snow.
Rad.
Oof. All right.
Job done.
So he dead. I will take him off the board, but you need to put some red
Blood.
blood on the map.
Mm-hmm.
And you can
Okay.
make another perception check, everyone.
I'd like to shout out to everyone, get behind the rock. And I want to start running towards like where that red circle is.
Okay.
Because the avalanche happened like on our side, right?
Yep, and it's
Yep. All right.
Yep.
So if I was to be on the other side of that rock, I would be obscured
Yep.
from,
you're out of combat, so you can just move your characters to where you want to be at this point.
I want to go there.
I'm gonna go over there too.
Ready?
And that was a perception check, right? Hang on.
I'm also gonna send Hogsmoor to follow the ogre until
Okay.
he stops moving, and then come back to us.
Okay. All right. So Hogsmoor is following the ogre. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna just say that they are actually
Out of sight.
like so. Okay. So you send Hogsmoor. Hogsmoor is beyond your radar vision now,
Yeah.
following the ogre.
Scream.
And you can hear the ogre shouting something on the way down the hill.
Stupid bird.
He's calling out something that sounds like Grimgarr, Grimgarr, Grimgarr.
Can we hear this or can Hank hear this?
Tricky, what does that mean?
You can all hear that at first.
Oh,
What does Grimgarr mean?
it's-
Tricky, you can.
it's probably something bad.
Tricky, you can make a history check, please.
5.
You can do it with advantage because you speak giant, and because I'm nice.
A 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn to Hank. So Hank, how do you feel about desecrating giant things?
So, Tricky Bob, you believe Grimgarr is must be one of the names of one of the gods or something. You don't know. Maybe it's a local variant or something like that.
I see, he's praying. Makes
Can you
sense.
Hank, can you try digging into this rock?
So this
It's
rock
a-
itself is it's a big stone, obviously been carved. It has big spirally patterns in it, and giant Asturian runes carved into it. And the holes, the actual indentations of the carving lines are like that deep,
Mm.
Hmm.
like half a foot or so, maybe 7-8 inches.
You've got your you turn things and you turn stuff into other stuff.
Mm.
Could you turn it into dirt and scrape it out?
No, I don't think so. I think I could turn it into wood and carve it out.
Okay.
But actually, I'm not sure if that works on stone. Hang on, let me just read up.
What's your thinking here, Gimbal? Why do you want to do that?
We need somewhere to hide. Russ, is there clear signs of where these ogres kept camp?
Basically where that red circle is their fire pit.
You can just dig into the ground, make a little cave in the ground.
Is there anything that looks shelterable, somewhere we could hide?
Well, further down a little bit, there's trees. Down, maybe a couple hundred feet, maybe 400 feet.
Okay.
Well,
Are we gonna run? Yep.
Are we worried that an avalanche is impending, or are we thinking that there are more ogres coming?
I'm worried something big is coming. Just because what moved that snow? We didn't move that snow, and that thing's running off, screaming something.
Grimgarr.
So I'd like to go hide in the trees.
Actually, I can transmute stone.
Oh.
Yeah.
How long does that take? Let's do the logistics of this. How long does it actually take?
Ages. It's actually not very useful. 1 cubic foot of material per 10 minutes.
Oh God. Okay.
How many cubic feet do we need? That's cubic foot is quite big.
And it only
No,
lasts
it's like
an hour.
like a
You could fit
cubic
Gimbal.
foot is like a
Yeah.
like a basketball.
You could fit
Like
Gimbal
that.
in it if you folded him up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
it is
nothing.
smaller than
A
cubic
cubic
meter.
meter would
but
be
you could
Yeah.
only fold it
Yeah.
a maximum of 7 times.
Anyway.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right,
Can-
running
can
to
I
the trees.
scan the-
Everyone,
the
let's sprint to the
Yeah.
trees.
Sprinting to the trees. Okay, so you guys go charging down towards.
Well,
the trees.
before I take off, I just want to pop my head out from the stone and I guess look on the horizon and see what's actually. Is there anything up there?
On the horizon, behind
Yeah, where we
you-
came down from? No, the mountain line. So
The
I
mountain
mean, that's where he's running from, or maybe he's just running from us. I mean, we
Um,
did slaughter like 6 guys.
Yeah, exactly. You did slaughter like 6 guys, and he's running off in a sort of diagonal line down the hill away from you. I think I gave you an impression of the direction that he was heading. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just make this blue. He went this way.
Yeah.
And so up behind you, you're noticing that in the mountainous region behind this point where you are, like on the next, beyond the next little
Yeah.
gully, and then up the mountain further, you can see the white snow dust in the air covering the side of the mountain from whatever has shaken it up. You don't know.
Some sort of vegetation.
Oh, that's right. There was rumbling as well. Interesting.
While I'm running off, I would like to turn, if they're still gawking, to turn back and shout, "Remember, there was a dragon."
You do see.
Was it?
You see birds
Isn't
and
the dragon like ages away?
The dragon.
Dragon was on the
I'm
main
pretty-
continent,
I'm
but
not.
there was
I'm
the
not discussing or debating.
there was the eagle. So let's follow Gimbal. I'm down with
Yeah,
running
I'm
the
keen
tree
to follow
line.
Gimbal.
So you guys are going
Okay.
to go in the direction of the blue line? Is that generally the gist
Yes.
of it?
Yeah.
Yes, to wherever the closest point of safety
All right.
of hidiness.
And as we're running, I'd like to, I guess, ask Jira if she knows what Grimgarr is.
How's Jara doing after that?
Jara picks herself up and dusts herself off, and she looks at you and she says, "Grimgarr is a name."
Thanks.
Thank you, Jara.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
helpful.
Run. Should we be
She-
running?
He says, "He must be calling for help."
Mm.
I'm still
Like
running.
praying,
Still-
right?
Still running.
She looks at you. "I think not prayer. 'Tis not the name of a god or deity."
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I heard of Grimgarr,
Looks
the
over to you.
snow god.
Why would you say such a thing, small dwarf humanoid?
Actually, a regular sized dwarf.
Small
Compared
thing.
to her, you're not. She
Oh.
hasn't met a
I
lot
thought
of
you were
dwarves.
quite slim for a dwarf, actually.
I think the height wise, I'm
You know.
More like
Yeah.
I thought it was-
halfling stature.
I'm a little bit tall
Oh,
for
you
a
were-
dwarf.
Or you just wear really big hats.
Grimgarr
do
is a
that as well.
name, not a god.
Look, I'm not gonna argue your pantheon with you, but I'm pretty sure if you look it up, you'll find it. But anyway,
She walks past you and starts trudging down the snow.
it's Bit rude.
Oops, that's the wrong thingy. Yes, okay, so she's heading this way as well. All right. Let me just grab everybody and copy you guys. I'm going to put you on a blank canvas for a minute. Just pop you over here. Oh, I brought my arrow too. Look at that. I'll just delete that. Okay, so that's everybody, right? Everybody except.
I just see
Hogsmore
myself.
I'm
here.
still on the old one.
Yeah, it's just me here with the blood patches.
Yeah,
Oh.
you didn't move when everyone else.
I mean,
Oh.
we're south. We're
Yeah,
southwest.
you weren't paying attention.
I was paying attention.
You're still here.
Just my map is zoomed in too far.
Who's missing? So, oh wait, hang on. I need to move you guys. That's the problem. Where is it?
Later on, Hank, I think we need to graffiti these things. Say like Hank was here.
Well,
Crow's rule.
yeah, I'm keen for that. I also
Into
want to
the
take
rock.
some rubbings, some charcoal rubbings and maybe some sketches. Yeah,
Charcoal rubbings and sketches.
rubbings and sketches.
Has Hank been drawing the things that we see?
Just
Into his
the
own
important
tapestries.
giant things. Yeah,
Like Arthur
generally try to.
Morgan's diary.
not in quite so much detail, I think,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And Hogsmore.
Sorry,
Hogsmore's
folks.
still missing right now. Okay, do we have everybody now?
Tricky
Oh,
is missing.
Hank.
I am not here.
You're still not here.
I see the screen, but I'm not there.
the bloody hell? What the bloody hell?
Or unless she's underneath one of us.
Possible.
Yeah.
Might be under Jera. No, I'm not.
No,
Vernac? Nope.
no, not there.
Objects.
Hmm.
Tokens. Well, okay, I see you here, so I'm going to grab you independently and copy you over to here. There you go.
I still don't see her.
Yay,
Oh,
I
there
see
she is.
myself.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're heading down the hill, basically. You're running down, is that right? Following the general direction of this ogre. You can see.
Oh no! Just to the forest, to the trees.
All right. Okay, well.
Don't care where that ogre goes. I'm not interested. I just want to get to safety. And hide.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, you get to the tree line, and you can hear when the trees shake, and snow dust comes falling out of the trees. Little drops of snow around you come spitting down from among the leaves and branches above. Yes, the wind picks it up, and now there's snow whipping around you as well amongst the trees. You're on a fairly sharp incline leading down to this valley beyond. There's a big crevasse in that direction if you go far enough. That's the crevasse you climbed up around the side of where you lost one of your Goliath. It seems to extend a long way inland.
Are the trees very thick, like brushy, with lots of leaves, like you can't see up? Like, does it block out the light?
No, it's a snowy environment. So I mean, there are some that are sort of hardened to the environment, which do have leaves, but they're not like thick not.
Shit, so it's
Crazy.
not actually. We couldn't actually hide in this forest.
It's not dark. It's not. It's It's not sort of. I mean, you can hide behind our tree.
Right?
but
Yeah. Okay.
there's no.
Can we bury ourselves in snow?
Yeah, you could do that.
Let's do that. Against the trees, buried in snow.
How long
What's
does
your
it take-
thinking here, Gimbal? That's a
I
lot
just
of
wanna
work
hide.
for. From what? What are you hiding from?
Whatever that noise is,
It's an avalanche.
we could just hide. For 10 minutes, half hour, just hide.
How long
No.
do you
Gonna
reckon it
take us
takes
that
to
long to
suffocate?
Bury ourselves in snow.
Well, you keep your nose out of it. Just your nose poking out so you can breathe. Like a little hole. Look, it's fine. I've done this before.
Have you?
It's true. He's
Of course I have.
He's a Moonbrook Ranger. He knows these things.
Let's go hide
Okay.
in snow.
Well, Hank is going to find this whole thing a little bit ridiculous, but he's going to go along with Gimble's plan anyway. He's going to be like, whatever. Okay, Gimble,
Good.
sure.
All right. So you guys
Yeah.
are going to bury yourselves in the snow for a while, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Against trees to double the effect.
All right. Fair call. Well then, on that count, watch this. Here's a tree. Here's a tree. Here's a tree.
Yeah. Right, so like against the base, so like that. Against one of the bases, and then just like covered in snow.
Okay.
All right.
Hang on, I'm
Hank's
gonna do
going to
this.
take.
Like fully covered in snow?
Hank's going to take this tree.
Yeah, like if you're buried in sand, you know, like how like you have those sand baths and your body's all covered in sand, except for like your head. So that basically, but then also trying to cover as much of your head as possible.
Are you
Yes.
at all worried we might catch hypothermia?
No. See, so
We're
that
wearing our
I'm
nice
covering
warm
myself
robes,
in
aren't we?
I
that.
guess.
Yeah,
I
we
am
got
now
robes on.
hidden. Oh, I went over the top. There we go.
Okay, so Gimble's buried himself in snow at the base of that particular tree. Okay, what about everybody else? What are you guys doing?
Same,
Yeah,
but different
yeah.
trees.
Sure.
All right, I see Josiah has done something similar.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll do it, but
Yeah.
I'll keep kind of my head out, because I just want to keep an eye on what's actually happening out here.
mm,
But I'll pull my hood up because we got those lovely fur cloaks, so it'll just look like a rabbit or something.
Jera says to you, if you don't mind, she's like, I cannot hide here from our enemies.
it's the snow. Snow, you enemy?
There's no enemies. It's just an avalanche, Jared. Stop being
Well, go-
contrary.
We'll
Then
go
let
face the
us-
enemy then. We're hiding.
She turns
It
to
gives
her
away.
companion, Rakan, and she says something in Giant to them, which Tricky Bob, you understand. She says, "We climb."
Okay.
Keep
Okay,
going.
Climb the trees.
So-
They just climb the trees.
Jera
okay.
and her companion, they climb trees, so she's going to
All right.
climb that tree.
I emerge from the snow and be like, actually, I'm down for climbing. Let me get up there as well.
I don't see how that's worse than or better than hiding under the tree.
I'm intrigued to see what we're hiding from. I want to know what
It's worse. It's
He's
definitely
just trying
worse.
to curry favor.
Stay
Yeah.
safe,
Sounds like-
Tricky.
Tricky,
Yeah.
are you climbing a tree?
No, I'm
Don't
staying.
you do it.
Okay, so you're under the tree.
Mhm.
Okay, near Gimbal, I see. Okay, and Momo, is he going to go up your tree, Gimbal, or is he going to
No,
hide?
Momo will bury his. Momo would have helped. He's very good at burying things. He's got big claws.
Right.
He's
Right.
fantastic at digging, so he covers himself as well.
All right, so he's covered up in snow. Okay, and I see. Okay, cool. While you're there, Hank, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing the same. If you
Doing
can't
the
see me
same.
on the map, it means it worked.
I
I can see your face.
you
You
on
kept
the
your
map.
face over.
Oh, that's Runak. I see Runak's going up that tree. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get some perception checks again. And Hank, Hogsmoor comes back into range
Oh,
and uploads a stream of images to your mind.
Alright.
The images show you the ogre running down through the trees somewhere to the west of you, getting close to the edge of that crevasse, where there is a desolate kind of structure, we shall say. It's sort of a large square platform with some broken pillars on it. And there's a smashed old archway, remnants of Ostorian Empire. And actually, you kind of realize when Hogsmoor flies out over the crevasse and looks back at this, that this is the top of a much deeper structure that you can see the side of that goes well down into the crevasse. Many layers of it. It might be even hollow. In any case, the ogre just gets to the top of the structure, the very flat top of it, where there's a few remnant pillars and things, and calls out. He's still calling out, Grimgarr, Grimgarr. And then from inside this broken archway that leads into a dark passage in the top of the structure, this massive figure bends down and steps out. It looks like this figure dwarfs the ogre. He has a
Zoinks.
heavy beard and he has piercing blue eyes that blaze like the sky, and carries some sort of hammer in one hand. He's wearing a huge cloak, and pieces of chainmail with links in it that are as big as your eyeballs, maybe bigger.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know what this creature is?
You're pretty sure it's a giant.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Like a
don't
frost
know
giant.
what kind of giant, but it's
Okay.
pretty
Big
sure
one.
Giant.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hank's gonna he's just ahead at the moment in this little snow thing. He hasn't bothered to disguise his head, so he's just like a head sticking out of the snow. And he's gonna go. There's a there's a giant over there. The Grimgarr. He's a giant. You know that. Big giant.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's who Grimgarr is. Hugsmore told me.
Jira, you guys aware of any giants knocking about these parts?
There are some few. Mostly they have left us.
But are these Astorian giants? I thought they were all dead.
Descendants of them.
Ah,
Would have probably been good information to have there, Jera. You know, there could be giants in this part.
You say
Coulda-
you
coulda
see
been a
a
good-
giant, but I see no giant. What speak you of?
Where's my hand
top
up?
of the tree?
Owl told me.
Your
Oh.
owl lies.
I'll poke
Well, I
my
mean,
head
like-
out of the snow and go, do we go back to running? Why do we have a beef against ogres?
Well, I mean, I don't have a beef.
We have a
against-
job.
Yeah. I just want to know, like, is this guy gonna come after us? Is he gonna?
Not if we run.
I suppose not. He's
How's
got
he
big
gonna find
legs, though.
us?
Yeah.
Well, let's stay hidden then.
I mean,
Okay, so you remain hidden. Now, at this point, you've
He'll
been
spot
here
you with
for
the
a little
trees.
while. You can feasibly take a short rest right now if you wanted to.
I think it's a good
Yes.
idea.
Yeah.
All right.
I might also get you to roll initiative just in case anything was to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me take my short
Woo.
rest.
God, that's a good short rest.
Actually, I don't need to do anything because I only got spell slots. Oh well.
1d8, 1d10. Okay, 1d8. 1d10. And get 6 HP back. Fantastic. That was not a lot of HP. Wow.
Just you can roll.
These are
The
not
thing
the
is, you
hit
can roll.
points
You
were
can
looking
roll
for.
one, and then you can roll more up to. But you just kind of like undo a
maximum.
roll, so you can
Yeah,
take
yeah,
as
yeah.
many as you want. Just
Yeah, just
That's
don't roll
fine.
all at once. It's probably-
I made my decision.
you make-
Are we doing short rest?
Yeah.
Oh.
Essentially just keeping, well, I mean, staying up, I'm staying up in the tree. I'm just keeping an eye out for this hillbilly giant. It's got to be
Right.
what they are, right? Like
Surely.
they've been away from their empire for so long, and then probably like to.
hillbilly giant.
Well, I mean, that's got to be it, right? Like if they've survived this long, what is the age of a giant? They're not a model, are they?
You can ask him.
Well, tricky, but you should know this kind of stuff, right? Like what?
Do I know?
I like that you're all hiding in the trees. In perfect
Just
eye line with him.
shouting down to them, shouting
no.
down to you guys as well.
He's just gonna walk by and look, scan the horizon, and oh look, people in trees.
See me? I'm heading away.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I'm hidden.
That's right.
Oh, you mean the ones on the trees?
That's right,
Yeah, true.
fuckers. And then I shimmy back into the snow.
Yeah, but the ones in the trees are giants. Sorry, Goliaths.
And
So
me.
surely giants would like Goliaths. Yeah, but I don't know. You're sneaky though.
I don't know. Are we doing stealth checks? I'm hiding.
You
Yeah.
can make a stealth check if you like. Yeah,
I'm hiding.
Oh,
I'm
I
hiding.
would
Can I
not
have
like-
advantage for my incredible stealth?
you can have an advantage for your.
You can
incredible
still hide in a tree. You know, you can still make it so I'm not like fucking
Oh,
peeking out from the canopy.
23. Well, yeah, I mean, like your
17.
cloak would be like good against the tree. If you like
Nice.
put it up at your head.
Hank
Okay.
didn't even roll with advantage, and he got 30.
Wow.
My goodness.
Wow. So
He
you
doesn't
got-
natural
exist.
20.
You have a plus 10. No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, don't you talk? You got plus everything.
Yeah, but I
My
rolled
stats are
poorly, so it,
I am the snow.
Wow. So- okay, so you're
Oh, what about the
hiding in
Goliaths?
trees. Now, who? Okay, so Hank, you got a 30 for your stealth check.
Yeah.
I
Josiah,
got a
what did you-
17.
Nice, Josiah. What did
Very
you get?
impressive.
15.
You did better than Josiah, Tricky Bob.
That'd be the
Makes
snow.
snow.
Gimbal,
23.
23. Okay, so everyone did really great jobs on their stealth checks. That's amazing. And Jared better make a stealth check.
Are they hiding? That's the question.
Well,
I
they're in
think-
trees.
Yeah, I mean they're as
Alright.
hiding as you are because they're in trees. So let's
Jira got a 13.
13. No bonuses.
No
to that?
pluses.
I'm trying to think. So what does stealth go
Dexterity.
against? Dex.
She'd get a dex bonus and she'd get a
That'll be
proficiency
14 then.
bonus. Right, I'll give her a proficiency bonus too.
Is
What
she
is a
proficient in
proficiency
stealth?
there?
They suck at stealth. Look,
Well,
like,
this,
"Oh, we don't
she's-
hide from
this is
our
an
enemies."
this is an NPC and she's a princess.
Yeah.
Okay.
And princess.
And it would also be
for
favorable
last.
to rate, right?
Right, right.
What about Ruru?
I'm just giving her that because fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are all hiding. You take your short rest in your hiding spots. You hear this rumble occur 2 or 3 times over the hour, and small snowfalls kind of come down the hills from above. And you see in the distance beyond that gully again, the mountains in the distance seem to be rumbling. It stops after a while. And I'll get you to make perception checks.
Do we have to do disadvantage because our heads are in the snow?
Oh,
Like,
I got another natural 20.
My goodness.
Mm.
That's all your natural
20.
20s for the week.
Yep, that's it.
yeah,
No more
I
for
think
me.
those are fitting perceptions.
Fitting perceptions. Okay, so Gimbal
Five.
was an 8, was it? Tricky Bob was a
Mhm.
5. Josiah's an 18, and you
Yep.
got a natural 20, Hank.
Yeah, for 23.
All right, so Hank, first you notice something moving in the distance through the trees, basically cutting off past you, heading kind of northeast, above you on the hill, through the trees, heading towards the Annam Stone, basically.
Right.
You see a giant figure with a much smaller giant figure. It looks like the ogre that ran away, and the giant that you saw in the visions.
So they would be coming from the opposite direction to where Hogsmore saw them go, right?
They are, I'm going to just quickly draw on the map in red. They are going this way.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Are they traveling that way, or are they coming from that way?
They're traveling that direction.
Traveling that way.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
From the bottom left towards the top right.
Yeah.
So they're north of you and they're going to go across the top of you.
Going to cut across. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. However, they're not. Once they're close to the edge of the tree line from where you can see them, and they go out onto the snow above, and you see them walking around in circles in the snow. And there has been a bit of snowfall and what have you in the meantime. So
I'm going to send a message to Josiah with my message spell cantrip.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, hey, the giant has left his little hidey hole. Should we go and search his little hidey hole for treasures?
It's not a bad idea. And
He's
Maybe
going to say
we
that
could-
he's going to
maybe we could get a little bit of leverage and try and recruit him to our cause. Maybe use him to help with the orcs.
yeah, we could do that too. Yep. Let's rob him first.
That'll give you leverage.
Yeah.
That always works.
I mean, you know, we don't tell them that we're robbing.
No.
Obviously,
We
yeah.
maybe set up a little thing. So I'm gonna quietly descend from my tree.
Right. Well, while you're quietly descending from your tree. Okay. They you see them circling around, and they start circling back, kind of in your general direction.
Okay.
And then you see them walk through along this path.
I'm thinking, guys, maybe I can use some wormish means to travel unseen and unheard towards the.
Are you messaging like who are you messaging?
I'm messaging Desire again.
Oh, okay.
It'll take a while.
Well, yeah, but you know, we'll be unseen and unheard, and then maybe we can get the drop on them and say, "Hey, this is who we are. Can we have your stuff?"
Can we have your stuff?
And we have your stuff.
Maybe don't say that to them.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Where is Hank? Can you ping yourself?
I'm
I'm just gonna. I guess
You can't see
when we
me, can
message,
ya?
we hold our temples like this or whatever, and like, where are you?
Well, I have a little copper thing. I have a little copper wire like around my my pinky that I touch. Actually, I'm going to say that I rub it. So I'm going like this. Right. Yeah. But Hank is
Seriously,
over here.
where are you? Because I need to get to you.
I'm pinging.
Okay.
Right.
I'm under the tree. Okay. So
Yeah,
is the giant walking through that area right now?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll wait till he passes before I make my move to get to Hank.
All right. So you wait till he passes. Okay. So the giant and the ogre move through there, and they appear to be searching for tracks. That would be your assumption.
Yeah.
And they're
Gimbal.
circling around quite a lot, so you're not sure whether they're going to come back.
Gimbal wouldn't have left tracks, though, surely. Maybe the rest of us, but
We ran pretty hard and fast, and I don't think we were trying not to. That was
I
all of
suppose
us
that's
as
true
well.
too.
But
Yeah.
it was a pretty steep, deep, like it was a pretty steep incline as well, right?
And there is new
So-
snowfall.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, there is new snowfall, so
Oh,
that's
since we rested.
thusly they missed you, and they
Yeah.
go past.
Since I'm in the tree with Gira, I want to, I guess, like quietly whisper to her and try not to, I guess, raise any attention. But it's like, do you think that we can use this giant to clear out the orcs from the ruins?
She is currently looking at this giant in awe.
Oh, okay.
Um,
She's no use.
She says, "I think you cannot use a giant."
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I probably can't hear that though, actually.
She says, "Perhaps we should offer him our service."
Doing favors for everybody on this island.
There we are.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try and sneak to Hank. Hopefully, when the giant passes, if he does it all, or is he just constantly patrolling around?
Well, they go off some distance before they start circling back again.
Ooh.
Guess we should be about that big. I'm just going to put him down here to represent the fact that he is still in the area. Okay.
Okay. Oh, actually. Okay, I'm gonna sneak over to where Hank is because I can't message him. I can only do it when he messages me.
Yeah. So you're sneaking to Hank. Okay.
Yep.
So you can make a stealth check to do that.
15.
All right. You get over to Hank. Nice.
Okay. Where am I? Boop, boop, boop. Where actually? Where the fuck? Oh, I'm drawing. That's why. Yeah.
Don't you hate that?
Oh, now I'm moving my drawing. Okay, and I'd like to attempt to, I guess, just lay as flat and half cover myself with snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you can do that.
Can probably help him with that.
All right, Hank. I don't think this guy's going to give up looking for us for a while.
Mm.
What if we reveal ourselves to him with the giant lantern?
Wait. Yes, that is a good idea. We can do that. If another plan fails, what if I make a little illusion of me running away?
It's a very good idea.
Yeah. So I can make him. Hang on, I'll see how far that spell can go.
I'm not optimistic about how that spell will work like that.
Mm.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It does. It does too. We discussed this last time.
It makes it like this.
Oh, you,
Yeah,
you can move,
no,
but you
it's
like
like
do
a-
two
it
animation
could-
frames.
It can't move
That
very
is
far,
not
it's crap.
rules as written. Thank you. That was rules as
It is
Josiah
not. It
describes
is
them.
not a powerful illusion spell. It's like to have like a sign there that isn't actually there.
As the image changes location, you can alter its appearance so that its movement appear natural for the image.
Hmm.
What's the movement on it?
So the movement is the range in the area is 60 foot by 15 foot within a 15-foot area. So I can make it run for 60 feet.
Right. Okay.
So that's about 8 steps for a giant.
Hang on,
And then
guys. I
it's-
have to. Yeah, but it could go in a direction. Yeah.
That's true.
Hang on. I have
And
to,
then-
I have
and
to
then
drop
stop-
out for a second.
And then
And then
stop at 60
vanish.
feet. It just
It could run in circles. Really
Mm.
confusing it.
step on it though.
Mm.
All right.
Hmm. Well, Hank's got the lantern and he's gone, and I'm staying the course. I'm not getting out of the snow.
All
I
right.
know the plan.
You've heard the plan. All right.
Do you know the plan?
I made the plan.
You guys.
I made the snow hiding plan.
The snow. Okay.
That seems like a good plan for now.
You guys want to take 5 while Hank's on the phone?
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. That sounds
I'm
good.
gonna make a. I'm gonna make a coffee.
Oh, hang on. Has he just hung up? Hold on.
He's just hung up.
Oh,
Maybe
You have to
something
take
about
another call.
You all right? You want to take
You
5?
good?
Yeah, can we take 5? I've just
Yep.
Yep.
my partner's in Chile. She needs the code for one of the
Yep.
suitcases. She's coming back today. So
no worries. We'll take
give us
5.
give us
Oh,
5
okay, cool.
minutes.
All right, nice.
Cool. See you in a minute.
Good. How are you? Oh, nice, nice. Wasn't a fantastic part of the day, because then as I went to clean it up, I spilled even more. So, yeah, all over the floor and the bench. Yes. I'm thinking about the positives. Yep. All sorted.
Yeah. She's yeah, she just needed to get into her suitcase.
How
She's
have you
been
been
there for
in?
about 2 months.
Yeah, you've been enjoying the bachelor life.
Not really. It was all right for a week or so, but
Maria was gone for all of like 3 days, and I absolutely hated it.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's it's worse because she'll arrive tomorrow morning super early, and the plan was that I go and pick her up and then bring her home, and then I'd take the day off, and we'd give her some time to rest up and then go for a long drive, and because I've got a car now with my license, so she didn't, we didn't have that when she left, so it was going to be a bit special. But I actually I turned back a positive COVID result yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I've got a week in isolation, so she'll get back to Auckland. She's got to stay with a friend of hers while I get over this. So, really frustrating.
You're muted, Maria. You're muted.
You have to isolate.
What was that? Sorry.
Is it still a requirement that you have to isolate?
If you've got coronavirus, yeah, for sure.
Really? So like
Yep.
I mean, like I know you can't go to, work and stuff like that, but I thought it's like you can still have people in your household.
Oh, I'm assuming she wants to go back to work eventually, right?
Yeah, she's supposed to start work like tomorrow.
Yeah.
But isn't it like if you've got a household contact, you can still go to work? It's just, maybe it's different healthcare.
Yeah, she's in healthcare. They won't let her.
Yeah. Okay.
Regardless of the rules, but I can't go to work. I'm not allowed to go to work. I looked at the guidelines; they're still pretty clear cut. You do still have to isolate.
But if she's had it for in the last it is 2 months now, isn't it? If you've returned a positive result, you don't have to do any isolating for the
Yeah. Once you're all clear from the initial coronavirus, you don't have to. But
the 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
Then it resets again.
Yeah, she's never had it either. So.
I am.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of a bummer.
Okay, we're waiting on gameplay.
We saw him sit down. Yeah, there we go.
I'm just eating. I don't want you to see it because I like monster.
I'm eating. I don't care.
Disgusting. We don't want to see you eating, Gimbal.
Right, I only use my fingers. Everything. Noodles.
You're using your fingers to eat noodles?
That's right. It saves our dishes.
You animal. All right, cool. All right, so what are you guys gonna do?
I'm still hiding in snow.
Well,
Still hiding, I think.
Well, after about an hour, these two eventually they get really close, within about 50 feet of you guys, and they move past you, and eventually they piss off back in the direction that they originally came from.
Oh, good. Okay, well, after they pissed off, I'll pop my head out of the snow. Probably quite cold and sick of it.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
I'll say clear, and I'll start walking around. I'll start poking Tricky Bob.
All right.
A
You start
pile.
poking Tricky Bob. Tricky
Was I
Bob's
asleep?
pile.
Might have been asleep.
You might have been asleep.
Maybe.
Frozen.
I don't know if you'd be asleep. I think you'd need to make a wisdom check to go to sleep at this point. It's a
Okay,
bit
then-
scary with a giant running around.
Mm,
I guess that's true.
Like
And also, you know, you
T-Rex.
speak
Yes,
giant. You
yes.
have great reverence for giants. It might be a bit exciting for Tricky Bob to be around a giant.
Did they say anything interesting?
Did they say anything interesting? Not really. It was more like this looks like tracks. They're just poking around looking for tracks, really. There's nothing especially interesting that passes between them, and the ogre doesn't really have the capacity to speak in any kind of interesting conversation wise.
Did I get the vibe that the ogre told them how many targets they're looking for? Like,
you
do
get
they-
the vibe that the ogre told them what it knew.
Okay.
Guys, we've seen this is our third giant now, right? Yeah, this is.
Sorry, I'm just going to add one other thing. As they pass back past you, the giant is carrying the corpses of the giants that you killed.
oh, the ogre.
The ogres, yep.
The ogres that you
Dinner.
Oh, that makes it kind of sad now.
Mm,
I had this idea that maybe you know, that he just uses them as a means to an end, but now
oh,
it
they're
seems
friends.
He's probably
Yeah.
going. Are we all talking now? We're all out of them.
like, yeah, I think
Yep,
we're all
sure,
talking.
yeah.
No, so what if he's just planning to eat them? Let's
I
not
don't
let's
think
not
they
hu-
eat
let's
them.
not let's not humanize the gigantic monster thing too quickly.
Well, this is our third giant, right?
Yeah,
So-
and the first one betrayed us.
So I would have actually seen the giant walking around, right? So what was its scale in reference to like the no the previous two that we've seen? So God, I've
The one
forgot-
drinking the water.
You're talking about Anglemore.
Anglemore, and then also the one that gave us the lantern as well.
yeah.
Well, Anglemore and the one that gave you the lantern were about the same size. This one is a little bit smaller than Anglemore.
Right.
Anglemore was about, well, according to this,
How far did Gimbal fall from her? That was about 40 feet, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. And to be
Okay.
fair, I'm upgrading them from the standard sizes in D&D because they're a bit lame.
Can we assume that this giant is only here because he's hanging around the fertility stone, hoping someone's going to show up to bang?
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's probably why. Yeah, that makes sense to me, Gimbal.
Mm. hmm
How
Nature.
big? How big of an object can you create, Hank? How big of an image?
I think it's 15-foot cube. Hang on, let me just double check that.
Okay, so we
Just a
can't
second
project
ago.
an image of like Anglemore over by the stone.
Probably not.
Yoo-hoo!
What, Wizard of Oz stuff? No, wait, Wizard of Oz?
Unless I made it like an optical illusion type thing. You know? I mean, there's a lot of snow around, right? Like,
All right. Well, let's figure out
perception
what
of
we want to
distance
do
can
and,
be a
and
bit
figure
wonky.
it out quickly. Do we want to ignore this and continue on our pilgrimage, or do we want to see what's happening with this giant?
I'm for ignoring it.
I'm for going down to check out his little hovel.
I don't know if it's the safest thing to do.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well, look,
since
we're-
when is
we're doing-
anything we do say?
Yeah.
we're doing all of this on behalf of Jera and her cohort of Goliath. So, what does she want to do?
Jera says,
Jera, would you? Yeah.
"We must be careful. I believe this to be a frost giant. They are not, in our stories, the friendliest."
Mhm.
I mean, maybe Josiah and I could go down, do a recce, and then maybe I could show up my lantern and be like, "Hey, you should, do the original Josiah plan."
Well,
I just want to go see what he's got.
I mean, if he's got stuff, wouldn't it be giant sized?
Some giant stuff can shrink.
yeah. That's how.
That's how I
That's
can
what the
actually
stories
use the
of
damn
old.
lantern.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tell us is that really well made giant stuff, the old giant stuff can shrink and turn big. That's why what Hank said exactly. I'm just repeating exactly what he just said. But you're
I'm
listening to
using
me
the-
because it's Josiah telling you.
The
Yeah,
help action.
nobody listens to me.
It's
Are
really
you
interesting.
trying to
Josiah.
persuade Gimbal? You can get advantage from Josiah's assistance if you wanted to make a persuasion check. Gimbal still
Well,
gets to decide whether or
Because
not he's
there's a possible look.
persuaded.
There's a possibility, Gimbal. You know,
Yeah.
you've already got a fancy bow or a
Yeah.
quiver, shall I say? What
And
about a
bow.
fancy sword?
I could do
Or
with a fancy
tricky
short bow.
What
Yeah,
about
fancy sword would be nice.
What about a warhammer of
Oh.
the giants that you worship?
Or a magic onion helmet.
Yes,
Tree Bob's lost her connection.
Right, but all right.
Oh,
So
did I?
treasure,
she's fro-
treasure
yeah, yeah.
aside.
I can still hear you, but you're frozen on our screen.
Oh, she's
I think
back.
I think I'm picking
Yeah.
up soon.
You're back.
All right. Treasure aside. What happens when he inevitably spots us?
Inevitably, my foot.
In his
So okay,
inevitable butt.
if
very, very
he spots
sneaky.
us, if he spots us, we reveal the lantern. We talk about the fact that we're on a pilgrimage to the Asturian ruins, and we're seeking to liberate them from the orcs that have emerged from the Underdark.
Yeah,
Because they're
Yeah.
giant ruins, right?
Exactly.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. And that we didn't kill his friends. That was another group.
Oh, like we'll lay it on the line and say they attacked us first, unfortunately, and we're repentant about it. But
They were very aggressive.
yes,
Yeah. We
Keep your
we would have
dogs on
given
a
them
leash.
and we would have given them funeral rites, but he took care of the bodies himself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
what's
I'm
something
down.
that Tricky? Do you know any of the Asturian funeral rites?
Yeah, I did the other ones.
But I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
you did the dwarven ones, right? Like, did
Oh yeah, failed that. Same thing, isn't it?
They're ogres. I mean,
ogres
surely
that
they probably eat each other.
Okay, no, they don't.
Hmm?
Well, they might. You don't know that.
Right.
Yeah, you don't know that.
I haven't watched them. It surprised me.
All right. Are we happy for Hank and I to try and sneak our way there? If everything goes pear-shaped, we'll come sprinting back this way.
Well,
People can come too if you
I'm
want.
not letting you guys go all the way alone. We'll wait
Okay.
outside or like sit because I mean otherwise you'll just die and we'll lose the lantern.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
True. Yeah, that's true. I'll take Holdsmore with me as well.
Gira, Renak, what is your name?
Ranak.
Jarek.
Yeah. Are you happy with this plan? We don't want to go
Talk to
treading on your
Ranak's
toes.
the grunt. You want to talk to Jarek.
I'm talking to both of them.
Jara.
I'm
Jara.
talking to both of them. That's just polite. You don't talk about somebody in the third person when they're right in front of you, Gimbal.
Jera and Runak converse briefly. Do we listen to these fools? And Jera turns back to you guys. Explain your plan simply.
Look, we're gonna check out the ruins. If we can have a look in there without disrupting the peace, we're gonna do that. If we get spotted, we're gonna reveal the lantern, and we're gonna try and convince him to help us clear out the ruins from the orcs. We're gonna leverage the fact that it's a Asturian ruins and they're being besmirched by the orcs.
Naughties.
And if
Naughty
that
orcs.
fails, we run and or fight.
I see. I will come with you.
Are you sneaky, Jira?
You believe you can convince this frost giant to assist us with our plan?
Possibly. I mean,
We're very convincing.
it's a giant. They're Asturian ruins.
I am not convinced.
This one obviously has a fondness for giant ruins already because it's hanging around the Annam Stone.
Does Jared know we have the lantern? I don't think she does.
She's
I don't-
seen it, hasn't she?
I don't know if you've shown.
I don't
it
think
to
we didn't
him.
have to brandish it.
I don't think we needed to rely on it this time. No.
I'm gonna get an initiative check from you guys.
All right.
Oh
It's
shit.
not needed.
Okay.
Initiative.
9.
Oh, 6.
24
Damn it,
for
Hank.
Hank. Wow.
What was
So
it?
close.
Wow.
I was so sure I'd be fine.
You thought you'd be
What
the
did I
top
get?
of the round. You got 24, Hank.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I rolled a 20. All right. I saw the dice
Another
roll.
20.
I didn't see the actual
Another 20.
number.
Mm.
Fuck.
And I was sure that was all of your 20s for the next week, Hank.
But this one was online, so it hasn't counted those in, you see.
Okay, well, can I get perception checks from everybody, please?
All
All
right.
right. This will be a 1. Oh no. 15 from Hank.
15 from
Mm.
Hank.
8.
13.
8 from Josiah. 13.
I'm still vigorously explaining. Lots of hand gestures.
Right.
Well, I mean,
What did you
we
get,
just
though,
preemptively-
Gimbal, for your perception?
22.
Fuck. Why did it not come up in my log?
Mm.
Weird. Okay, so you get a 22 for your perception check. Okay, so Gimbal, are you still in the tree at this point, or are you down on the ground?
I was never in a tree. I was
You're never
hiding
in
in
a
the
tree.
snow,
That's
but I
right.
am not in the snow anymore.
That's true. So Gimbal, in the distance, you can hear this. Like wolves, perhaps.
Oh.
Huh.
Mm.
Can I identify it? The sound.
You can make a nature check, please.
Uh, 13. Oh wait, do I have advantage with my? Oh wait, no, I don't. No, that's it. 13.
13. Okay. Very good. Not really. They sound like wolves.
Okay, that's fine.
But
we
you
can
can
go
say
away.
there's probably more than one at least.
We can just move away from them because we're going towards the cave anyway.
All right. They seem to be coming from the general direction of the cave, as it so happens.
Ugh. Okay. Wolves. Everyone, wolves. I'm gonna plant a. Well, do we fight in the trees?
I can just put him asleep.
Great idea.
Okay, and
Listen.
failing that,
Then,
are we setting a trap here?
sure.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go over here, in this area,
Uh-huh.
or like here. I'm gonna cast cordon of arrows.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Can you draw a place where your cordon of arrows are going to be?
yes. Hang on. What's the range on this thing? Blah, blah, blah. Within 30 feet. Okay. So each of these squares is 10 feet.
Uh-huh.
Wait, no, it's too far. There.
All right.
Okay,
Fair
good enough. And RV over here. Ready.
All right. Very good. I'm going to get another set of perception checks from everybody.
Okay.
That one.
Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty
Shit.
20.
How are you getting this?
11.
11. Weighted
worried.
dice.
So Josiah, so who got the dirty 20?
Hank.
Hank.
I
Okay.
swear I'm not fudging my rolls.
Hank, you see something moving to the southwest through the trees, something big and fluffy. You see like a whatever it is has a pale blue stripe along its back.
Mm.
And it's big and fluffy and white and blue, basically. Can you make a history check, Hank?
Yeah. Also not bad for Hank. 16.
16. Okay. You've got a pelt that has a very similar look to it.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're dealing with another winter wolf. I say to Josiah, who's currently right next to me. Are we still in this map area? We haven't left.
You haven't left, no.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's Josiah's right next to me. He's like, okay, there's at least one winter wolf. Is that what they're called? Winter wolves?
Yep. And you see it sniffing around in the snow, and it's
jerk.
approaching your camp.
Hasn't seen us yet,
You don't know.
but we can see it.
Well, he's seen it. It disappears again
I've
as
seen it.
it moves
All right.
around. Yeah, and what was I going to say? Suddenly, one of these winter wolves comes bursting from the forest, out from around the trees to attack you. But Hank, you have the initiative right now.
All right, so I'm going to cast sleep on him. Do I see any others?
You can make another perception check
All right,
if you're going to look around in all directions.
16 again.
16. You do. You see another wolf coming from the other direction. Now, at this point, I'm going to drop these on the map for you.
Okay. Okay.
Surrounding us.
Yes. Seems like they're aware that we are
Oh,
here.
you dick wolves.
Yeah. Right. In that case, I'm not going to cast sleep because it has a limited radius, and I kind of want to get as many as I can at once. Instead, I am going to. Oh, God damn it! Sorry. I'm going to use my short bow and attack. Yeah, I'll throw off a short bow arrow at the one closest to me.
All right, you throw
the
off
one that I can see.
Okay, so roll to hit.
Fuck me, man. I swear my dice are gonna get terrible soon.
All those 20s you rolled, I tell you.
3 20s so far.
Yeah.
3 20s. But that is 23 to hit.
23 hits.
All right, and 26 plus 4. I mean, at least that wasn't great. So 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, very good.
6 damage.
Okay. Woof. Very good. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm going to attempt to get cover from it behind this tree.
Behind the tree.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for you, Hank. Can you ping yourself?
Oh, sorry. I'm right next to Josiah over here.
I see you hiding.
I better get my. Oh, yeah. Well, I was hiding, but I'm now going to get out of the snow and take cover behind the tree.
You can
Plus,
delete the snow pile too.
Yeah, I will do
Click and
that.
drag.
I'll do it. Boof.
Oh, thank you. Cool.
Okay. So you're taking cover behind the tree. This is half cover.
Yep. And I'm also going to yell to the guys, "Winter wolves!" Not too super loud, but loud enough so that anyone in the vicinity can hear me.
All right. So Tricky Bob.
Tricky, there's one next to you.
Indeed.
Kind of behind. Wait, am I still? I guess I
Yeah,
never
you're by
moved
the
from a
tree,
tree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. That's the end of your turn, Hank.
That is.
Gimbley.
well, I can't see any from here, I don't think. So I'm going to back over into the center of my arrows and have
Okay.
Momo do the same. So it'll be like there.
Okay.
He'll be here. He'll be next to me.
All right.
And
So you
then-
back to there. Yep.
And I'll ready in action. First wolf I see, I'll multi-attack.
Okay. Well, you can make a perception check, Hank. Not Hank. Gibble. Gimbley.
That one.
And that one.
Nice.
Okay. Glancing around, you see nothing. And that is because these guys are very good at snow camouflage. Very well. So is that the end of your turn then, Gimble?
Yep.
All right. Josiah.
Alrighty. Is this what's the scale of this map? Are we looking just like
Well, we can call these 5 feet squares.
okay, that's cool. All right.
Making my thing bigger.
Okay, I'm gonna guess I'm just gonna rush this wolf and attack him.
All right. So you get
Shit, I
charging.
deleted gimbal.
Delete it again, Paul.
All right. Roll to hit.
Yep.
Kimball maybe
Uh,
jumped back into
Oh,
the bag of
7.
holding.
Man, that looks like a 1. 14 to hit.
14 actually hits.
Nice. Okay. Okay, that's a 9 damage.
9. Okay. The wolf says to you, "Back away."
Whoa.
You notice it has blazing blue eyes.
Does it talk common?
Sorry, what?
Does it speak common?
Does it speak common? It does speak common. It speaks common, giant, and winter wolf.
Now, when it speaks, does it move its jaw, or is it
does.
speaking to my mind?
It
Okay,
does-
I'm
it moves its mouth. Yeah.
freaked out, and I'm a little disarmed by this, so I just back up and am a little shocked.
All right.
And
so
then
you, so you back up and it gets an opportunity attack?
no, it can't because I hit it. So no matter what I do, it can't.
Oh, really? Is that
Yeah.
your feature?
That's my feat. If I have a successful melee attack, I can just dance circles around it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, but I will back up like 1 foot.
All right, fair call.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn then?
It's technically Jira's go as well.
Okay.
I think she will rush over. Ooh, how far is this? Let's have a look.
What's her opinion of these wolves?
She'll
Would
just
she
move.
attack? Or?
Well, she is going to make a wisdom check. She says, they've come on command of the giant.
Okay.
They are its seekers.
Oh. Okay. So she's gonna rush in and she'll throw a javelin.
Okay.
At the wolf closest to Tricky Bob. So what is it? +5 to hit. Okay.
All right.
So 1 javelin coming up.
A javelin.
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 1d6 +3. Okay.
The first wolf has a bit of a slash across its snout at this point from your previous attack. The second wolf is about to takes 5 damage, yeah?
8 damage.
8 damage.
So that's the one by Tricky Bob.
Okay, very
Yep.
good.
And that's her turn.
Her turn. Now it's
It's
Tricky
actually-
Bob's turn.
Oh wow. I will toll the dude, the one next to me. Already took damage. Where's Runak? Oh, there she is.
All right, so she's making a wisdom. It's making a wisdom save.
Yep.
All right. Oh, that's a 3, 4.
Yay. So that's a 2d12 because I already took damage. And I deal 17 damage.
Woof.
Damn.
Okay, 17. Okay, cool. Very good. You do that. Is that the end of your turn, Tricky Bob?
I get to control Runak, who
Uh-huh.
is. Can she go up to? Wait, where's one? There's only 2. How far is the? Where's the little ruler? 45 feet,
Yeah.
and she moves. Oh, only 30 feet, so she can come up to.
She has to. Oh, she's probably dropped out of the tree by now. All right, fair enough.
Oh, she was not in the tree, I think. Wait, was she?
Yeah, because
Was originally.
and Jera both climbed trees.
She's next to here, and she can throw her javelin at the. How far is it actually? No, she'll move out wherever 30 feet from the wolf is.
Okay.
One more back. Here. And then she'll throw her javelin, which is +5 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And she does 23 to hit.
Nice. Yep.
And that's a 1d6 +3.
1d6 +3.
She does 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
Oh,
Very
full
good.
damage.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. So the first one that's coming from the bottom left, it is going to breathe on you, Desire,
Oh no. Breath.
and
Thinking.
Carbon dioxide.
you are making a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god, I hope this like knocks him out for his smugness.
I got a nat 20 for 26.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, you take half of 25, so
Wow, that's a lot
Oh,
of breathing
shit.
damage.
you take 13 points of damage. 12. We'll make it. Was it 13?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
General
Damn.
crickets.
So
Yeah.
and that 13 points of damage. Yeah, it's just cold damage. So I don't know if that affects you at all in any way, but yes. The other wolf does the same thing to Tricky Bob.
Right,
Tricky
is
Bob-
Tricky behind the tree or how's this working? Oh,
Well,
she's in the tree. It's confusing me.
No,
Like
I think
under the tree.
she's at the base, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm base of the tree.
By the trunk.
Yep. So Tricky
Right,
Bob, you're
okay.
making a dex save.
Oh no.
My dex is always terrible. Yep, there it is.
7. Okay. you're
Every
taking-
time.
Well, I'm minus.
I mean, I know it's a negative
One.
1, but every time you roll like
My rolls
less
have been
than
terrible
8.
this
Tricky
playthrough as
Bob,
well.
You take 20 points of cold
Oh, I
damage.
got a ring. I got a ring of
Oh,
oh crap, I don't,
coldness,
yeah.
Cold resistance.
What was it called? What does it do
cold
again?
protection.
Cold protection, yeah.
Right. And what does it do?
Halves the damage.
Oh,
Ring
Right. So you
of
take 10 points of cold damage instead of 20
Wee.
points.
That's awesome.
Isn't that handy?
Good
Very.
stuff.
Can't add,
Handy,
yeah, I can't
handy.
add equipment.
Right. And it also, on its turn, moves forward against you, Tricky Bob. And it takes a bite at you.
can I see it? Well,
Tricky Bob, what's
I deleted
it
Gimbal.
misses you. It rolls quite shitty.
Gimbal can see everything and nothing.
It
He's in the ether.
comes snapping at you, Tricky Bob, and you manage to get your hand out of the way before its bite clamps down on your wrist. And now it is Hank's turn.
Nice.
Yep. Sorry, I was distracted by Gimbal's upload there. So
Gimbal upload.
flame tongue. Anyway, Hank is going to move to this side of the tree and take another pot shot at old Wolfman there.
All right.
Did I hear him speak?
Yeah, you would have. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So just before I let off my my bow, I'm going to say, "We come with messages. We come in peace." And then
We come in peace.
yeah,
Well, you can make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
all right, yeah, I'll do that. Actually, I will do that.
Or the insane dissonance between your words and your actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the first roll was a natural 1 to persuasion, so I think
Okay.
that fits. Actually, you know,
That does fit quite
works.
quite accurately.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're going to take a pot shot, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a pot shot.
All right.
And I'm gonna get set +7 is 24.
Yeah.
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 And then 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. 6 damage. Put that in there. Excellent. Is that the end of your turn, Hank?
It is indeed.
Gimbal.
Could you please resummon Gimbal to the board?
Is Gimbal not on the board?
I deleted him
deleted.
by mistake.
Gimbal, you're a fool.
Fool of a gimbal.
Fool of a truck.
All right.
Fool of a moonbrook.
So I was basically in the middle of my little thing. Can I see the wolves from here? Like, because these trees are throwing me off.
Suspect you probably can. One moment, please. Let's paste you back in here. Did it work?
No.
No. Here we go.
Yeah.
So you're in here somewhere, right?
There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd move around a little bit, like maybe there, and see if I can get line of sight on.
Yep. From
One
there,
of
you
them.
get line of sight on this guy.
Okay, cool. Well, all right, I'll take 2 shots at that guy. Pew pew.
All right.
Do I want to do anything else? No, not really. Okay, cool. 17 to hit.
That hits.
It'll be 11 damage. And 24 to hit.
Wow.
8 damage.
So that's 19 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
19. Okay. Woof. 2 arrows pierce the winter wolf's hide. Doof, doof. And it snarls. Ah! Josiah, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. I will use my commander's strike.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to take the attack action on my turn. I forgo my attack and use a bonus action to direct my ally to attack,
Mm-hmm.
who can hear or see me. So I'm going to shout out to Gimbal and say, loose 2 more. but I think I need to roll to attack successfully, or is it just?
What does
When
it
you take-
say?
So when you take the attack action on your turn, you
Yep.
forgo one of your attacks and use a bonus action to direct an ally that can see or hear you to strike using its reaction.
Okay, how many attacks do you normally get? One?
One.
Okay,
So I
you're
just forego
foregoing-
my
forego
yep.
your action, yeah.
And then so Gimbal can attack, and he
Right.
can multi-attack. I'm assuming.
Well, he gets to make the attack action. I don't think he
Yep.
gets to multi-attack with that, I'm afraid. Usually with bonus
Okay.
actions and stuff, you don't get to multi-attack.
Okay.
Ah,
All right.
rats.
But he does get to add my superiority die to the roll, so I'll just roll a d8 for you.
Yep.
And that's
Meanwhile,
an 8.
I'll also shout, "Make me!" And then I'll take a shot.
Yeah.
So it's 19 plus 8.
19 plus
16
8
damage.
certainly hits. 16.
Oh, sorry, no, 8 plus 8. Sorry, 8 damage.
No,
Oh,
but
16
then,
damage. There we go.
but yeah. So you added my die to it.
Superiority die to the damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 19 to hit and 16 damage.
16
Nice.
damage. Okay, nice. Okay, so a third arrow plonks into the side of this wolf's hide. This time, this hits it in the belly, and it really, it certainly causes it to turn and look at you. You think you might have just gotten its attention, Gimbal.
Good.
Is that the end of your turn, Josiah?
Come over here, Wolfie.
I also speak to the wolf about it because it breathed on me. I was like, "What the hell, man? I did what you said."
You trespass! Back away! Run! Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
I will tell the dead again to the guy that's in front of me.
Okay. Wisdom save for him.
Shout in between. Is running an option?
9 for my wisdom save. So I
Yay.
guess you are going to do your big D12, 2D12, isn't it?
11, yep.
11. Wow, okay. Blue and white fur bristles out of it into the air around it, and it shakes its fur as if, and it shakes its head like it's bashed its head on something. And you hear the bell peal out across the landscape. Doesn't cause an avalanche this time.
Ooh.
Very good.
I
yeah,
get the Goliath as well.
okay.
She will. How far is it actually? She can move up to him. She can move up to him now, and she will stab him with her battle axe, which is a +5. That's a 24 to hit.
Fuck you.
And then 1d8 +3, or is it 8? And that's a 7 damage. Wait, +3? Yeah, 7 damage. Oh,
7.
wait.
Yeah.
1d8. Oh, two-handed. She's
It's
using.
D10 if it's two-handed, I think.
I think she's using a one-handed.
No, you can choose. If
Oh no,
they're-
because she doesn't have another weapon. Yeah, so it'll be 1d10. Sorry.
Okay, try again.
Where's a 10? That was worse. 5.
5 damage. Very nice. Okay, that point, the winter wolf that's closest to Josiah. Let me see. Yeah, he is turning towards Gimbal. Let me see. I'm just going to move this slightly so I can grab the handle on it. This is not an actual movement.
Yeah.
I'm just turning the creature around. I'll put him back here.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. How far are you, Gimbal? Where's my measure tool? Here it is. 50 feet. All right. He's going to leap past you, Josiah, to try and jump to Gimbal. Now that does technically give you an attack of opportunity.
Do you want to add disadvantage or anything since he's going fast, or are you happy to just take it normally?
Poor wolves.
Well, he's going to actually bite you on the way past, I think. He's going to make it an attack.
Yep.
So he goes to hit you first on the way through. What's your armor class?
18.
Okay, he snaps at you on the way past. You can make an opportunity attack. I'm not going to give you disadvantage.
Okay.
Um,
That is 21 to hit.
yeah, nice. Okay.
And it does 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Boof. All right. And when he lands, Gimbal, you're going to make a dexterity saving throw.
So is
As he
he.
goes.
Dex save.
Hang on. Where does he?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so you're going to take half damage.
Is this the frost breath? Is Momo in range as well?
Yep.
Alright,
Yep.
Momo.
He lands around here.
Momo fails his. Oh wait, does he? +2.
So it's 22 points of total damage. So
Momo passes out.
Momo passes out. He
Oh,
just
no.
freezes.
Well, dies. I think he just dies. He doesn't get death saves. He's just dead.
Okay, so
Aw.
Momo's out. And Gimbal takes 11 points of cold damage.
Damn.
All right.
Alrighty.
Um,
He is. Oh, so he's not in my ring.
He's not in your ring.
Oh, smart ass. Okay.
The cold breath has a 15-foot cone.
Mhm.
At that point, that's the end of his turn. The other wolf.
Oh no, I wouldn't have hit Momo then.
What?
Well, if he's there, Momo's 20 feet away.
Oh, God, come on. Come on.
Oh look, 15's there,
Cheeky
and
bastard.
he
Okay,
didn't
no,
jump in range of my arrows.
no, that's
Maybe it
fine.
tickles
That's-
Momo.
That's
It
fair.
tickles
That's
Momo's
fair.
chin.
You can leave
I'll
Momo
give
out of it
Momo half damage.
if you want. You don't have to.
Okay, I won't.
All right. The second wolf at that point, however, is on Tricky Bob and Runak, and it's going to, let's see if its cold breath's recharged. No. So instead, it's going to bite Runak. Get these stupid dice off my screen so I can see. Runak, what's your armor class? Oh, you're getting hit with a
13.
24. Yeah, it
Yeah.
hits the crap out of you. Runak takes 12 points of damage.
So a calculator to keep track of it. And so 105 minus 12. Cool.
So how much hit points has Runak got now?
Oh, like 93.
Yeah, fucking heaps.
93 hit points. Fucking hell, I was out of my mind giving you these.
I
crap.
know, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay, cool.
It was funny because you gave us shitloads with the Remoraz and they still fell to the Remoraz.
They drop
a few
like
of them.
crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't that bizarre? Okay. Well, the Remoraz was another thing.
Yes.
A whole other league. You were so out of it. Remoraz. So you had to have some sort of backup.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's attacked Runak and hurt her a bit. Hank, it's your turn.
All right. Hank is going to cast sleep
All right.
now on this thing because it is evident that it has way more hit points than I first thought.
Right.
So now it's been damaged a bit. I'm gonna give it a go.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast it at second level.
Okay.
So, dun, 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 dun. Roll 5d8 plus 2d8. Okay. Where's all my d8s? Here they are. So we've got. Oh shit! Where did that go? Oh, well, that's an 8 actually. So that's
It's
nice.
so much easier.
So 8 and 6 and 1 is 15 plus 6 and 8 is 14 is 29 and how many is it? 78. And I rolled 6, so just one more. 7, 29. So 36. So if it's got more than 36 hit points, it does not fall asleep.
Well, which wolf are we doing here? This is the nearest
Oh, the one,
right?
yeah, the nearest one to me. Yeah.
The one right here.
Yeah.
Okay. You hit it with your sleep, and it begins to lay down.
Okay.
It yawns briefly, and it says, "This is not the end."
Aw.
All right. Very good. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna now use my movement
Yep.
and give a little pat between the ears.
That's your movement. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Fair enough. That's the end of your turn then.
That's the end of my turn.
Gimbalay.
All right, I'll throw my short sword to Hank and say, "Finish the job." No.
Oh.
All right, well, I'll start taking shots at the other one then. So I'll move up here.
All right. So you're
Then
gonna
when
roll.
we come up here too,
All
in
right.
front of me, and take my shots.
Take shots.
Pew. 18 to hit and 9 to hit.
Okay. Well, your second shot does not hit, but the first one does. You can do your damage.
Ugh, I rolled a 1.
Everyone
5
can
damage.
perception checks as well. 5 damage.
Perception.
Yep, and that's me.
Okay.
13 for perception.
13 for perception.
5.
Tricky Bob was a 14, was it?
Mhm.
5 for Josiah and Hank.
Oh, perception. Sorry. Shit. I wasn't even paying attention.
What do you
Sorry
mean
about that,
you weren't
guys.
paying attention?
No, I know. I was thinking about all of this dodgy shit I was going to do to the wolf.
Wait.
Oh,
Just
I don't wanna hear that.
kidding. Oh,
Hey.
natural 20. A
Well,
natural
it's-
20.
How?
Another fucking natural 20. Yeah.
In the
That's-
distance, you hear another rumbling sound, and you
Fuck's
see
sake.
the trees shake. Gimbal with your who rolled the
13.
5? Josiah, you're the only one that
Me.
doesn't seem to notice this for some reason. You're obviously busy with your thoughts,
Wolf just talked to me. It was kind of weird.
right? And so everything else is kind of just a blur right now. And the
Yeah.
wolf has just spoken to you, and that memory of that wolf speaking to you is obviously very much affecting you. Well, everyone else is noticing the trees shaking and the cloud of white dust pouring down the hill behind. Okay. Gimbal, have you taken your turn?
Yeah, I took a shot at that wolf.
Right.
Got it
and you-
once.
Right, that's right. Okay, so Josiah, it is your turn.
All right, I'm
How
going
you're
to.
not noticing the effects of the rumbling around you and the trees shaking and so on.
Okay, so I'm going to move over to the wolf,
Mhm.
and I'm going to quickly ask Hank, are we tying up or are we killing it?
Tied up.
All right, I'm going to set to tying it up.
Okay, so you're going to make a. That's going to take you like a whole minute to do. All right.
That seems like everyone else has got the other wolf and the thing, so I
It's
want to.
like 10 turns, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll start it.
All right, and you can make a
Seems like
sleight
the-
of hand check to see how it will go.
Yeah,
You do
I'll
2
give
legs
him
at
a
a
hand.
time. That does
I'll
like
give him help.
2
If we
sleight of
just
hand
did the-
checks? Or are you hog tying it together, its feet together?
I'll hog tie it. So 16 for the first one.
16. Okay, that's all you need then if you're
Yeah.
hog tying it. Okay, so 16, very good.
And then Jira, who I forgot last turn, she will.
don't need a.
We'll just see if we can't finish this off quickly. So she will move over to here.
Yep,
Let's get some sight on the I
on
hate
the
these.
wolf.
Yeah. Although I don't think I can move. Oh, there we go. Move her to. Fuck these fucking keyboards. Fucking terrible arrows. Okay,
Yeah.
and then do a javelin throw.
All right.
I think it's +5 to hit. Roll. 9.
9 points of damage, was it?
No, 9 to
9
hit.
to hit. Oh, that's a fail.
Oh well.
Sorry, guys. All right, so she tosses a javelin. That's the end of her turn.
Yep.
Then it is Tricky Bob.
So we put, which one did we put to sleep? The one that you guys are with?
This one is, yeah, your
And the
one is still
one
attacking you.
Still okay. Oh, totally did it again.
Toll the dead. Okay, so wisdom save.
Mhm.
11.
Yay, right. God, it's got low wisdom, doesn't it?
Oh, not
More damage.
actually, not terrible. 4 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Anything else you got up your sleeve there?
I will healing word on my, what's her name? Renak.
Okay.
So she gets 3 HP back.
Okay.
And she's gonna also, what did I say? I had 93. No, 96, whoops, sorry. +3. She's at 99. She will use it to do a battle axe attack, which is 8.
8 points of damage.
Oh no, 8 to hit.
8 to hit. No, okay, that does not hit.
No, she misses.
All right.
And then her turn, she does another attack of that one.
So she basically just drops her weapon and disarms
Mm.
herself by accident.
Maybe I confused her.
Never mind. Okay, so Winterwolf 1 is currently 9 eyes. So he's snoring. Winterwolf 2 tries to recharge. His frost breath fails.
Okay.
Bites at you, Tricky Bob, for a 18.
To hit?
Yep.
Nah.
Does not hit. Okay. In which case it is Hank's turn.
All right. So Hank is now going to move on over. Actually, no. I think if you reckon it's going to take 10 turns to tie up this this wolfy fella, then I'm probably going to stick around and give Josiah some help because my spell only lasts for 10 turns. So
Okay.
we're going to need to move on that.
All right, so you're holding it. Okay,
Yeah.
you're assisting him. I mean, he got a
Yeah.
16 on his, wasn't it a 16 for your sleight of hand check, Josiah?
Yep.
Do you want to roll again for an advantage check just to see if you get a 20 or anything higher?
Sure thing. Advantage roll. 19.
Okay, so your tying it up has now gone from 16 to 19 with Hank's
Yeah.
assistance. Okay, cool. Very good. That's Hank's turn. It's Gimble's turn.
I'll just kill them.
Kill them.
Right.
Ah,
I'll just keep shooting. I'll just keep shooting. Miss and a hit.
and a
And
hit.
the hit
All right.
does 8 damage.
8 damage. Woof. Okay, very good. Okay, Josiah, you're tying up a wolf. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
Oh, well,
Oh, okay. I'll totally did it again.
All right. What were you going to say, Josiah?
I was gonna say Jira can still move as well.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, so I think she can
Right.
actually get close enough now to attack.
Yep.
So, oh god, click, move. There we go. So what is her great axe? +5 to hit. Okay, cool. She raises her great axe above her head and gets a nat 20.
Wee.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Okay, so she can then do double on what the fuck is it?
Yeah, critical.
1d8,
Yeah. So 2d8
2d8, cool.
plus whatever her modifiers are.
+3. Okay.
Okay.
D8. No, take that. There we go. Roll. 9, so 12 damage.
So Jera slays the winter wolf.
Yay.
She basically hits it in the back of the skull and knocks it to the ground in front of you, Tricky Bob. And it's dead.
Hurrah!
Yay.
Free.
And the other one's asleep,
I
so.
want to sleep, so I'm going to delete that one, and you can mark it with red if you so desire. Once again, Cordon of Arrows paid off.
Oh, it's a great spell.
Yeah.
Fantastic spell. Love it. I'm not done with it. I'm staying in the circle until something happens.
You're not in
Almost
the
as
circle.
useful as my snare so far.
Mm.
Going back into the.
I think
I'm
the only
going back
person who
into the
trapped in
circle.
it was me.
You're going back into the circle. Okay,
There
so
you go. I strap back in.
very good. So the winter wolf is still asleep for another like 40
50
seconds.
seconds.
Meanwhile, we'll have perception checks.
Shit.
Wee. 21.
13.
7.
All right,
16.
16. Very good. And I'll get initiative checks just in case.
Yeah.
8.
Oh, 16.
Rolling poorly.
13. Okay. cool.
Finally.
All right. Very good. So with your perception checks, what do we get for those? 13, 7, 21 for Tricky Bob. Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wait, no, 17. Sorry, 16 for my initiative. My perception was 21.
Right.
Which one are we doing?
I've got that. You were
Oh.
doing both. Okay, so 1 moment, please. I need to. What have I got here? Just a moment, please. 1, 2. Yep. Okay, so those of you got a perception check higher than 14.
Damn it. I rolled 2 13s.
You're all what?
I rolled 13 for initiative and 13 for perception. In fact, I
Okay,
think 13 is my go-to number.
you can see in the distance the ogre and the giant in this direction. I've just put them at the top of the map there, but they are about 100 feet away, and they are jogging loosely in your direction. What was the highest perception check? Was it 21, huh?
Yeah.
Tricky Bob, as you see these things coming from that direction, you hear something from behind you as another winter wolf suddenly appears right behind you, and
Oh no.
it's an attack on you as a surprise attack. It is going to be, you're going to make a dex save straight up.
Oh, nice playing.
Nat 20. Okay, so
Doesn't mean as good as you think it does.
19.
yeah, it's still a nat
Yeah.
20, but
Yeah.
a 19, and so you take half of this,
And then half of that.
and then half of that. You actually can't stack that.
Ah.
Oh.
No, you know, fuck it, you can. Yeah, okay. So you take
Because
5
she's
points.
doing a deck save against the initial damage.
Yeah,
And then Yeah.
and then the ring is saving from that. So
Yeah.
you take 5 points of cold damage.
Yay.
All right, and then it bites you, snaps at you, and completely fails to hit you. Now it's then it gets its actual attack, which is a 25 to hit with a
Yeah, hits.
bite. And it does 12 points of piercing damage from biting you.
That was it.
Now it's your turn, Tricky Bob.
I will. So it's next to me.
The giants are going to turn up in the scene on the next round.
I'm gonna hit it with my war hammer,
Okay,
which is a 17 to hit,
17 hits it.
and that's a 5 bludgeoning.
5 bludgeoning. 5 bludgeoning. Okay, very good. Boof, you hit it and do 5 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn, Tricky Bob?
I will. Yeah, that is for now.
Okay. Gimbley.
Righty.
Really.
Giants and that showing up.
As it passes through the
Soon.
trees, it just smashes one of the trees right over with its fist.
All right. Well, I best get its attention. I'll take some shots at it.
All right, roll to hit at. You're shooting at the giant, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
Big target, hard to miss.
you might think so.
24 to hit
That hits.
and 11.
That does not hit.
Right. So that's fucking roll 1 again. 5 damage.
All
I'll
right.
step back. I'll take a few steps back.
All right, very good.
And Momo will stand in front of me. Good luck, Momo. It looks back at me like with a really sad face.
Oh no!
You got
Okay.
this, buddy.
Is that the end of your turn and Momo's turn?
Yeah, we're done.
All right.
Oh, Momo takes the dodge action.
Okay. The first ogre throws a javelin in from the side towards you guys over here. It's who we got? Jera, Runak, and Tricky Bob. Okay. So it's going to go for you, Tricky Bob.
Wee.
The javelin misses. Josiah, it's your turn.
Okay. Have I finished hog tying the wolf?
At this point, I think you're still tying the wolf.
All right. You want me to roll anything?
Not really. I don't think you need to do anything. You can roll for Jera if you want to make Jera.
Okay. As I'm occupied with the wolf, am I still able to take a bonus action though, or is this just
No, you can't take any actions. You're tying
Oh
the
man.
wolf.
Okay. All right. Then with Jera, she'll make an attack on the wolf in front of her. So she'll just roll to hit with her great axe.
All right.
Which I still, for some reason, even though I know it's +5 to hit, I need to hit every single time. She gets a 21.
All right, that definitely hits.
Okay, and then she rolls a D8 +3. That is 7 damage.
Oh. Okay, 7 damage to the
Oh,
wolf.
actually, she can make 2 attacks, so yeah, she'll attack again.
Oh.
Yeah, so then with the second one. Why did I do that? Well, let's. What the fuck was that? Hang on, sorry.
You rolled the damage instead of the attack roll.
No, I accidentally rolled 2 D20s.
Oh, okay.
So let me just do that again because that was confusing. It's only a 2, so she does not hit with the second attack.
Okay, so she did 5. Or what was the damage on the first attack?
Let me go back through the log.
You rolled a 16, then you rolled a 4, then you rolled
No, it would have been the 4, so it would have been 7.
7 damage. Okay,
Yep.
cool. All right, very good. Okay, that's the end of your turn then, yeah?
Yep.
Now it's his Hank.
Right. I mean, I'm also helping Josiah with the tying, right? So I guess
so you're out.
yeah.
Okay, that's your turn then.
Maybe we should just kill this fucking thing.
I mean, if there's a giant on the way,
Yeah,
Just leave it.
it's gonna wake back up.
In ages, we'll
yeah,
kill it
it'll
if
take
it
a while.
does.
Though, yeah. I mean, we might even be able to deal with this. Probably not. That's pretty optimistic. Deal with the giant before it wakes up.
All right, well, the giant picks up a huge stone from where it is and hurtles it towards Josiah.
Oh crap!
Roll a 1. Roll a 1. Roll.
Josiah, what's your AC, Josiah?
18.
Ooh, it lands next to you and explodes, knocking parts of the tree nearby off, branches fall, and so forth. Snow sloughs off the branches and lands around you. The giant then begins to lift another big rock up out of the ground. That's its turn. Winter Wolf at the top of the round. He recharges. Yes, he does. He is going to take his movement. Oh, where the fuck are you? Objects and tokens. Okay. He's going to move to here without going out of range of anybody. And he's going to blast you with a
Well,
cold
Tricky's
breath.
out of range now.
What? 5, 10, 15. They're all in a row.
Oh, I meant
dude.
opportunity attack.
Oh. Oh, do I get one?
Sorry, I'm just getting. I'm
fine.
getting annoying because I'm very scared at this point.
Go on. Go on. Take your opportunity attack,
Right.
Tricky Bob. It has to be a melee attack, and it can't be any sort of spells or anything.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Yeah, and that's a where's my actions?
Sounds delicious.
6.
6 points of damage. Okay, cool. Oof. All right, you hit it. Now you are making a dex save for yourself, for Jera, and also Runak is making a dex save as
Okay.
well.
Jera
3.
rolls a
Oh, oops, no,
fucking
that's not the right one. What's her dexterity +1?
10 for Jera.
Jera fails and takes 17 points of cold damage. Does she have any resistance to cold damage?
No.
Okay, so she takes 17 full cold damage.
Okay.
3 for me,
So
nat
you
1
take-
for Runak.
Okay, well, Runak's going to take double damage because it's right in the face. So twice, double 17.
34.
Or actually, I'll just add another dice roll to it rather than that because it's not supposed to be double damage. It's supposed to be double dice. So 17 plus 18. So Runak takes whatever that is.
35.
35 points of damage to the face. And Jera, did she fail or succeed?
She failed.
Okay, so
I think she took
takes-
17.
Right, she took 17. Okay, and
Yep.
Tricky Bob, you've taken it in the face, but you have saved, right? No, you didn't save.
I
but
didn't,
you've
I got a 3.
You've got your ring, so you still take half 17, which is 8. We'll call it 8 damage to Tricky Bob. Okay, then the wolf is going to bite at Jera. Actually, it's going to try and bite and restrain her.
Oh, okay.
So it rolls to hit. Jera's armor class
13.
13. It grabs her arm, and now Jera's going to make a strength save.
Okay. So +3. She got an 8.
An 8. Okay. We need to make a contested check then again because we both got 8s.
Okay. So roll again.
Yep.
Another 8.
Okay. She's holding Jera and
Okay.
restraining her. She can't move or attack right now. Well, she can't. Yeah. I'll just say that to keep it simple.
Yep.
Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
I will cure wounds on myself
Okay.
because I am very low.
Fair enough. Yep. You've been
So am
smashed.
I.
What are you on?
No, you do you.
What are you on?
You do you. Don't worry.
What are you on?
13.
You don't know, Tricky Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, healing word. I can healing word on
No, just heal yourself.
it's a bonus action.
Okay. All right. Jeez.
All right.
9.
Is that for me?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Fancy.
Mm.
Okay. And is that the end of your turn then? That was an action and a bonus
Oh,
action?
he gets a reaction.
He gets a reaction.
Okay. I'm
Well,
making a call. I'm shanking the wolf.
Okay. So you shank the wolf at
yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
No, I was going to
Yeah.
suggest, let's just get
All
on
right.
with it.
You can put a blood mark on there for the wolf.
All right.
All right. Very good. He down. So you shank the wolf and oh, you know what? You can't actually. It's
Oh.
supposed to be an attack action. Oh, that's an attack. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's an attack. Fair enough. You shank the wolf. Tricky Bob, that's the end of your turn.
No, I
Gimbal.
get what's her name? Runak.
All right, Runak.
Sorry, yes, Runak. Runak. Is Runak in the attack range of the wolf? Or is she blocked by Jera?
She's blocked by Jera. The wolf moved to flank her.
If I move here, she can attack the wolf
Yep.
with 19 to hit,
Yep.
and that's a 1d10. +3? 9.
So 9 points of damage. That smacks the wolf across the face. How dare you! And that's your turn, Tricky Bob, yeah?
Yep.
Gimbal.
Okay. Look at the old map. Nice look closer. Okay, cool. I'll do the same thing. I'll take some more shots. Pew, pew,
All
pew.
right.
The giant.
Yep.
All right. Roll to hit.
14 to hit.
Attacking a giant.
14 does not hit.
All right, and crit.
And a crit. Dirty, dirty, dirty Gimbal.
It's only 12 damage anyway.
Done
12.
pretty damn well for crits this period.
Mm.
All
I'm
of
gonna
us.
take a few more steps back.
Uh-huh.
Mama can stay where he is. Actually, Mama can dodge to move to the side a little bit there, so that the boulder, if I get one thrown at me, doesn't hit both of us. Because I've seen him throw a boulder at Josiah.
Right.
Smart.
He needs to be there. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so that's the end of your turn, is it, Gimbal?
Yep.
Okay, so it is the ogre's turn. The ogre moves to about here. 20, 25, 30. Let me just check his movement speed. Ogre movement speed is 40 feet. He moves to here. Throws a javelin at Tricky Bob.
B.
20 will hit you?
Nope.
Nope.
Too mighty. Too
That is-
dwarfy.
That was a no, was it?
No, it doesn't hit. I'm
It does
22.
not hit. Okay, cool. All right, so the javelin lands in the tree next to you. Ba-dump. And the ogre is going to pull out his great club at that point, but it is now Josiah's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna shout out to the Frost Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, first and foremost, I take my bonus action and use second wind.
All right.
Yeah, that's fucking the first thing I do.
All right.
Which is 1d10 plus 3.
So you're going to shrug off some hit points.
Yeah, a mighty 6.
A mighty 6
A
hit
mighty
points.
6 hit
Goodness.
points, but it all counts at this point.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna shout out to the Frost Giants. I'm gonna say, Frost Giant, cease your attacks. We act on behalf of Unglamore the Pardoned.
Unglamore the Pardoned.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
The innocent until proven guilty.
and is this in common?
Fuck, yeah, it's the best I can do because I don't speak Giant.
All right. Can you make a? I'm going to call this a persuasion check, but with disadvantage.
Alrighty.
You're super fucking persuasive.
Very persuasive, but I've been rolling very good today. 23.
3.
Fuck.
Fuck. You roll a 23 with disadvantage. That is some rude shit. All right.
You
Is that the end?
bastard. It was a 14 and a 15, so they're pretty good, pretty solid.
It was, wasn't
yeah.
it? What else do you do on your turn? Is that
I'm gonna signal to Hank to shine the lantern.
How do you signal that?
We already talked about it, so I'm gonna click. I'm gonna click at Hank and point at the giant.
Okay.
it's like?
Yeah. Did the thing.
Yeah, come,
All right, so
making
Josiah,
me look stupid.
that's your whole turn, yeah?
Yeah, that'll be my whole. Oh, actually, Jira, can she contest the bite?
Yeah, she can do that. So it's a strength check
Okay, I think-
again.
Yeah, which is a +3. That's cool. Okay, boom. She got a 15.
Oh, we have to roll again.
Oh, okay.
This is quite a struggle.
This is real tug of war. She got a 9.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Sarah's going nowhere. By the way, these wolves are large monstrosities.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So they're big
Oh,
ass
you're
wolves.
average.
They're much
Yeah.
they're like the
Like
size of small horses.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay,
pony?
so
Like a pony.
No, pony's tiny.
Donkey.
Small horse.
Yeah, no.
Maybe
The
the
horse is not
size
a
of
small horse. A small horse is a small horse. a pony is a
Hippo?
tiny horse.
Like an Arab horse.
Or giraffe.
let's not split hairs. Okay,
A hare is a large rabbit.
That is the end of your turn then.
A large
Josiah,
rabbit
right?
is a large rabbit. Yep.
Let's not split large rabbits. Hank. Hangos.
Okay. I'm reminded of the US scaling system. what they do in the United States. Everything is compared to a giraffe or a football field or a carrot or something like that. Silly. Anyway, it's never like it's the size of 20 feet. It's always the size of 2 football fields, or the size of 30 carrots or something like that.
Right.
Anyway, let's continue.
Carrots come in a big range of sizes because you can get wild carrots like this big, and then you can
baby
get
carrots.
Perhaps not
yeah.
in America though. Everything is standardized over there. They have
do they
like
standardize
drugs
the
and
carrots?
Baby carrot is actually a carrot that's just been whittled down. It's not a baby
That's
carrot.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, it's the heart of a carrot.
I'm very, very disillusioned by that.
Yeah, right. Me too. That's terrible.
All right, Hank, what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up on Josiah's cue because we discussed it already.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna fumble around and get the lantern out, and I'm gonna run forward, all self-important. I'm gonna shine the light, and I'm gonna be like, by Anim's light, I demand a parley.
All right, and what language are you speaking?
Oh, common, full on common.
Okay, and
I'm not
you can
thinking about that.
You can make a persuasion check with advantage.
All right. Okay. Here we fucking go. All right. 2, but with advantage makes it flaccid 20.
Nice.
Placid 20.
Flaccid 20.
2 with advantage is
All right, and is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn. Yeah.
All right. The giant is standing there holding this fucking boulder and kind of aiming it at you. Now, in the other hand, he's carrying a giant great axe. Okay. And he pauses for a moment and looks down at you. And he speaks.
Is he squinting?
Why?
Because I got the lantern up.
You got the lantern up, right? Yeah, I suppose he's squinting down at you. That makes sense. Yeah. And he just says, "Who are you?" in giant. So only Tricky Bob and the Goliath will recognize this. At that point, the Winter Wolf is still holding Runak, but is not attacking Runak. And the ogre pauses in its actions and stops too. Name yourself, it says in giant. Again, Tricky Bob and the Goliath are the only people that can understand its speech.
I translate that by screaming.
You gonna reply?
Well, yeah. I mean, I first of all I scream that in common to everyone else, and then I say, "We are prophets of Anglamore."
Again with
Took
the
a
lies.
beautiful moment with the Frostmoor
It's
crows.
completely wrong.
Just said
I'm
the
not
Frostmoor
lying.
crows.
Lies.
Okay, Tricky Bob, you can make a persuasion check.
Oh man, can it be intimidation?
No.
'Cause I'm trying to intimidate them. I'm trying to make them scared.
Lies.
I'm using my big girl
Yeah.
voice.
As prophets of Anglamore?
15.
15, okay. You lie! Anglamore lays imprisoned. How do you know this name? He says, and as he speaks, the trees shake from his breath.
We freed her from her prison. That's how we got this lamp.
Impossible! You stole it!
How can we steal it from her if we can't get to her?
He throws the rock at the nearest
It's
person.
not Anglamore's lamp.
Oh,
It wasn't from
wasn't.
Anglamore. It was the
he
Storm
doesn't
Stormazine.
know that. He doesn't
yeah,
know that.
the Stormazine.
He doesn't
doesn't
know
He's a
that.
dumb dumb.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it.
Hank, what's your armor class?
Oops.
Fuck. I believe it's 17, but let me just have a look. 17.
All right, the rock comes spinning towards you and smashes a tree nearby. You can make a dexterity saving throw, though.
All right, okay. Do it. What's that? That's not very good. 10.
10, okay. One moment, please. The tree pretty much lands on you, but you take only 3 points of damage from the tree.
Not too bad.
What did you say it was your actual dex save?
Yeah, it was a 10.
It was a 10, okay. You're restrained until you can succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Oh man.
All right.
You can take
Okay.
actions with ranged weapons and or possibly spells, depending on what you're trying to do.
It's okay. My deck save is pretty good.
Okay. The Winter Wolf, meanwhile, releases Runak, but takes another cold breath at everybody on that line. It's going to go for Jera and Tricky Bob
Okay.
with its cold breath. So you two are making saves.
Dex.
Yeah.
16.
21
Wow.
and 20.
Okay, so you're taking half and then half again for Tricky Bob.
Yay.
So the total was 16, so that's 8 for Jera.
Yep.
And 4 for
4 for
Tricky
me.
Bob.
Wee.
Dirty old Tricky Bob, eh? All right,
All
and then
worked
it
out.
bites the nearest person, which is going to be Jera.
Yep.
With
13 for the AC.
Okay, 23 to hit.
Yep.
And the damage is 8 piercing
Okay.
damage. All right, and now
Yep.
it's Tricky Bob's turn.
Oh, does that bite?
Releases Runak.
But it doesn't clamp down again? No?
Not this time.
Okay.
Okay, Tricky Bob.
I yell back at the giant and say, we are not here to start conflict. We would like to talk to you.
Why do you kill my companions?
They attacked us.
It turns to the ogre and says something in giant to the ogre, which I suppose you will understand. It says, "Confirm this, Thogra." And Thogra turns and looks a bit meek at that point. Master, I did not see it.
Don't lie, Fogra. You were there.
Lies, porky pies.
Thogra, heal, he says. And the Winter Wolf too, at that point, begins to disengage.
Yay.
Well, it will do on its turn anyway. It is actually Gimble's turn if you don't take any actions on that turn, Tricky Bob, besides your speech.
I put
No?
down my weapons
You put down
to
weapons.
show that I mean it. Yep.
Okay, that's cool. All right, Gimble, what do you do?
No.
Fuck you,
I-
Gambo.
Hold my action.
Hey, I take a little
Nice.
bit.
Nice. Okay, so what are you holding your action? What's your trigger?
Any more hostility? If someone gets hit by something, I will shoot a giant again.
Okay,
Double shot.
very good. Ogre is also going to hold an action. Josiah, it's your turn. You've just killed the first Winter Wolf.
I killed that thing ages ago. I yelled out to the
That was moments ago.
yeah, moments ago.
Oh yeah, you had your little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to
You're holding a bloody weapon right now.
I am holding a bloody weapon, but I'm going to not raise it at all, and I guess I'll sheathe my weapon and I'm gonna walk over to Hank and I'm gonna attempt to I'm gonna do this to the giant man. That makes my arms look long. Whoa. Whoa.
Spaghetti arms.
Yeah. I'm gonna be showing that I'm not doing anything untoward towards the giant, and I'm gonna point towards Hank and say I'm just gonna help him out of there. And I'm gonna try and free him.
Okay, so you can make an athletics check.
Okay. $15.
Okay, well that gives Hank advantage on his dex save on the next turn. So Hank, it's now your turn. If that's the rest of you, Josiah. Does Runak do anything or Jared?
Jera, I guess. So the wolf is backing down.
Yep, it's disengaged from her.
Then I guess Jera will probably put her weapon away, face the giant, and take a knee. Seems like the kind of thing you should do.
Might be, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good, Hank. You're making a dex save with advantage.
All right, let's do it. think that's probably going to cover it, but we'll make another one just in case. Yeah, okay. So that is 18, 27.
No, you can't get. No, you're stuck. You're never gonna get out of that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're out of there. Cool.
All right. So I imagine like Josiah kind of pulls me and I slip out like I'm covered in oil or something.
All right. The at that point, then the giant leans forward on its axe, puts its axe on the ground, the head of the axe on the ground in front of it. Tell me more of this conflict.
You mean
Kirkby,
the-
you got this. He's probably speaking in
is he
giant.
still speaking giant?
That's all he speaks.
Okay, right. The conflict, you mean
Our fight, I assume.
this fight? Well, we are on a peace mission to unite all the tribes.
What tribes?
The giant, wait,
Goliath.
Goliath tribes.
Goliath? What
Yes.
is that?
I point to Runak and Jura, them.
They step out from the trees a little bit, going.
Oh, they can speak giant as well, can they?
Yeah, they can speak giant.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Jera, would you vouch on our account?
She steps forward and she bows to the giant and she says, "My lord, we are your descendants. Perhaps you do not know of us." The giant looks at her very peculiarly and kneels down and gets a bit closer. "Descendants of Anim's children. Unlikely you are so small." And
Well,
she
you know,
goes,
it's been a lot of inbreeding as these things happen.
Oh man.
"Inbreeding?" He turns to you, Tricky Bob. "What?"
It's a colloquial term.
Jared and Runak are probably not very happy with that statement either, to be honest.
It's slang, which means generationally the genetics change. You know how it is.
Genetics.
Genetics.
Is not a word that you know.
What's the old timey
The
term?
bloodline changes.
Yes, yeah. You know, it develops.
Do you say that their bloodlines are impure?
No, they're super pure. That's what inbreeding means.
Ah. Super pure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Then I
gonna
am
let
the
giant.
most inbred of all.
Yes, touche.
You too must be an inbred dwarf. Are you not?
Yeah. My parents were siblings, and I whisper that under my breath. He doesn't hear it.
Okay. Do continue.
Yeah. What we're talking about? Yeah. So they are children of Anim, but as you see, a lot of time has passed and the bloodline has developed. So it looks slightly different, but you can still see some resemblance.
You spoke of Anglamore.
Yeah, we freed her from her prison.
Why would you do such a foolish thing? She has been imprisoned for a reason.
She is getting a proper trial.
She has been tried.
Just being tried again.
Why? How do you know these things of our people?
We saw it with our eyes. We read the scrolls. We read the transcriptions.
What is that infernal light?
It's
Jing-a-ling-a-ling.
Stop it.
it is the what was it called again? The
Stormazine.
Stormazine lantern. Is that what it was
Light
called?
of Anim, wasn't it?
Light of Anim. Yeah.
Light of Adam.
This is the light of Anim.
Lies, this is some infernal trick.
No. I mean, how could we fake this?
Magic.
But
There's
this is
some-
beyond magic.
but
It
this is
shows where the magic is.
I cannot see.
Actually, yeah, that's a point though.
Ask
Does,
him if he has any giant relics on him.
Yeah.
My-
Do you have any giant relics that you would like to verify using
Did you
this?
like to share with us?
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Should I?
Giant relics?
Oh.
We do not have relics.
Well, do you have any stuff like special things?
What about Gimble's bow? Oh, was it your bow? Was it your quiver? Was that
I
a
think it's
giant?
quiver, wasn't it?
His quiver, yeah.
If we
Yeah.
hold that in the light of the lantern.
Well, the trouble is that only Hank is
Yes.
attuned to this lantern.
Hank,
And only
may-
Tricky
may-
Bob understands all this. We're just kind of
Yes,
standing there.
yeah.
Hank, may
I really
you
get an itchy trigger finger.
Hank, may you please bring Gimble's quiver to the light?
Sure.
No, I need this.
Well, hold on. I'm just proving it to him.
I'm not giving him my ammo.
I'm not giving it to him. Give it to Hank.
So I didn't
Then
want
I won't
to.
have ammo.
I didn't want to cut into all of the dialogue there, but if you don't mind, retrospectively, I would like to have been able to cast. What was it?
Comprehend languages.
Comprehend.
Yeah,
languages?
comprehend languages.
Yeah, it's smart.
But I won't do it as a ritual because I want to hear it now. So
Okay, so you're going to use a
actually
spell slot.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that. Yep, for sure.
So I'll comprehend languages, and then I will approach Gimble with the thing held aloft, and obviously Gimble's obviously reticent to give me his quiver, but
Yeah.
I'm going to try anyway.
You're gonna
Mm.
what?
I'm gonna go out with my hand.
Get that
on
light
his
out of my
shoulder,
face.
and I'm going to be grinning like self-expectantly, like.
I'm pulling
Here's
10
the
arrows
thing.
out.
Is that, Hank, you're the only person that can see it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Right.
Not the
I thought
light.
it was showed because that's what we did with the
Imps.
blood.
Skagen blood.
Yeah, Skagen
may-
blood.
I think I may have just been describing that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Ah,
Um,
I'll give you the quiver. I hate this plan.
It doesn't
Hate
really
whatever
matter
this
if-
is.
Don't
yeah.
really need it now. If only I can see it, there's not
Yeah, I
really
thought it
any
was-
point.
You can all see the light, the
Yeah.
bright light, but what it reveals will only reveal it to the person who's attuned to
okay.
the lantern.
Okay.
Oh, I tell you what, I'd like to approach the giant cautiously
Mhm.
with
Alright.
the light and see if there's anything that I can discern about the giant
Okay.
with
Um,
the lantern.
Well, its belt is clearly some sort of magical girdle.
Oh, yeah.
Its axe is gleaming with some sort of magical power.
Mm.
It has an earring that is gleaming with magic as well. Carries some beads that seem to be beaming also.
Beans?
Yeah, beads woven into
Oh, beads, right.
its beard.
All right.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna say to Tricky, ask him about his magical earring, and
This lantern tells my friend here that your earrings are magic. Are they not?
Passed down to my generation. Why? You think you can defeat me and take my things?
No, we don't want them. It's fine.
It's
We're just showing you that we have this lantern is legitimate.
I
That
also can
means
see
nothing.
beads.
Anyone can cast such spells.
We haven't cast a spell on this lantern.
A
You would have
simple
seen.
trick.
He would have seen. He would have seen if we were casting the spell, surely.
Tricks of the elves.
Oh.
I'm not an elf, neither is my friend.
That does not mean that your lantern was not given to you by elves.
No, it was given to us by the Stormazine.
So
Ask him-
is your story says.
Ask him
Mm.
if he'd like to inspect
Yeah.
the lantern.
Would you like to inspect this?
Put it forward.
I'm against this.
I know.
We do that regardless, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put it forward. I'm gonna approach the giant actually, and
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna offer it to him, like close as, real close.
He bends right down in front of you now.
Yeah.
Is
Is he stinky?
he stinky? Well, a little bit, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wet horse.
Mm.
And he has, by the way, just in case I hadn't mentioned it, he has sort of blue skin, or bluish skin. Just give me a second here.
I also say to Tricky, tell him we're here to remove the orcs from the giant ruins.
Remove the orcs from the giant ruins. But
Yeah.
isn't he commanding the orcs?
Well, no, I don't think so.
Those
thought
are
it's-
ogres. You're
Oh,
confusing
ogres,
and
right?
orcs.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to remove the orcs from the giant ruins.
He looks at you. I do not know what you speak of, dwarf. He bends down to see this lantern, and I will make a wisdom perception check. So you have a lantern. What of it?
Well, we were given to it by the Stormazine.
So
which-
you say.
Where else would we get it from?
It is a lantern. You could have made it or bought it from a store.
It's a giant-made lantern.
How can one know such a thing? It is so small.
It'll grow, it'll
Is
grow
it-
bigger.
Is there any way that I could like leave it on the
Shrink it?
ground and make it big again?
You
Hmm.
could unattune to it.
Oh no, I don't want to do that.
It was shrunk for us by the Stormazine.
What an excellent story you tell.
You cannot tell the make is of giant?
He squints down at it.
Tell Tricky, tell him he must have pretty terrible eyesight if he can't see
Ooh.
that this is obviously
Yeah.
a story.
Yeah, let's not insult him yet. You see, this is not something that a mere elf or a mere human can replicate.
The winter wolf at this point has shuffled over in this direction through here. Now let's put you guys, Hank, you're like here, right?
I'm right in front of him.
Tricky Bob, you must be somewhere up here too by now.
Where yeah, I'm right next to him, I think.
Okay, you're right next to him, so I'll put you there then. You're like right next to him.
Mhm.
The winter wolf comes in here and moves around you, Tricky Bob. Its tail kind of just fluffily touches your shoulder as it moves around you, and you see its eyes beaming this blue pale light. And it bends down by the lantern and looks up to the giant, and it says, "They do not lie, master. This is made of Astorian power."
And
The
the wolf
giant.
knows his shit.
Looks
Hmm.
down at you. He gets closer again to you, Tricky Bob, leans right into your face.
Ah,
Dare you lie to me, I will crush you.
well, that's fortunate that we're not lying.
They do not lie, master. It's the
change from
wolf
usual.
circles around you, Hank, at this point too. But they did kill my brothers.
We didn't mean to. It was self-defense entirely. We did actually try to talk to them and follow their directions, but they still attacked us.
And the ogre steps forward. And they slayed my cousins.
Again, attacked us.
The giant snarls.
Shout. So can we go?
Tell him there's,
Stop.
there's
My arm's starting to shake.
I
Tell them
will
there's a-
let you leave these lands on one condition.
All right.
You will give me this lantern now. How dare you take it from my people?
We're
Nope.
given it.
Gotta kill him.
No, come on. Look, we need this on our journey. We were given to it by the Stormazine.
we have tell him we have to
These are lies. The Stormazine have not been here for thousands of years.
Well, they haven't been here directly, but they were at where did we meet them again?
They followed us in their ship.
Well, in the middle of this whatever sea.
I do not know that name.
tell him that there's a group of orcs that have defiled an Astorian temple, and we need this lantern to clear them.
Yes,
Why do you fight for the giants?
there's a group of orcs that
'Cause they gave us
defiled
all that.
a Asterian temple, and we are here to rid of them.
It is an unlikely story, little dwarf.
Well, do we know the location of the temple?
An
Yeah.
elf, a dwarf, a human, and a half-breed. With two of these impure bred runtlings. He looks at the Goliath, and they look a little bit surprised, shocked, and hurt.
It's a bit rude to speak to your own descendants like that.
Not my descendants.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
I do know that! Slams the axe down next to him.
Look, we need this. This is important for your people as well, that we continue on the journey. Otherwise, your history, your culture is being defiled by these nasty orcs.
Ask him if he dares defy the Stormazin.
Yes, do you dare to define the Stormazine?
He pauses for a long moment. You can make an intimidation check this time.
Come
Oh man,
on, Tricky.
8.
Oh, God.
I'll let you roll with advantage because you have the lantern in your presence.
Oh, 3-1.
Way!
That changed the rules
Yes.
a bit, the situation. He stands up and steps back away from you. When did you come across the Stormazine?
Oh, it was a couple of moons ago, wasn't it?
It was a while back.
Yeah, it was a while back.
Would have been about a week.
They
or
approached
two
us. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Sort.
They sucked.
They sucked us out.
Because it was before the bloody Remoraz. It was fucking ages.
Yeah, it was. They thought us out.
Why would they seek out ones such as yourselves? Why
Because
did
we
they not
completed-
seek me out?
Well, they probably don't know where you are, first of all. And
We- because
you're not actually.
The trial. We did the trial.
Well, yeah,
Why did they seek you out?
we did a
dwarf?
trial. That's how we got to Anglamore. And
What
after
trial?
we know the name of the trial. I don't know we did.
We just heard her case. That was the thing.
Trial of Fractos.
Is that what it was actually?
Sure,
I
why
don't know.
not?
Yeah.
Worth a shot. Try it.
Yeah. Trial of Fractos.
Fractos!
Yep.
You know of Fractos.
Heard of him? Yeah.
It is not a him, it is a place. You
the
fool,
island
you
there.
lie to
The
me.
islands we went.
Tricky.
Grabs you, Tricky Bob, and picks you up.
No.
Hostile action. Hostile action.
I will crush you. Okay, so you're going to start shooting?
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know where
Yep.
that's going on. This whole thing has been pretty poorly. Yeah, I'm shooting him.
I mean, to be fair, Gimbal, you could make a wisdom check to see whether or not you think he's literally going to crush her right this second or not.
Okay,
He's
then.
definitely threatening her, but he's not crushing her.
Let's give me that +1. 12. Okay, fine. I am
Alright.
very close to shooting him.
So
Tricky,
he's-
tricky, tricky. Tell him the Isle of Fractos is where Anglamore was
The
held.
Isle. Yes, the Isle of Fractos, where Anglamore was held. I thought it was named after a guy, but I guess it's not.
He breathes this cold breath in your face, and you feel the frost all over your face. Your ring of protection, of cold protection, saves you from taking a D4 worth of frost damage, because I'm nice.
Yay.
And his breath stinks, however, of mammoth meat and other foul things.
Tricky
Brilliant.
Bob, tell him about how we heard Anglamore's tale and we redeemed her. Or we said she was worthy of redemption.
Anglamore, when we found her, she told us what actually happened to her and why she was originally trialed, and that she was just trying to follow her family's what do we even call it?
Speak!
I'm trying. Oh, it's just it was a while ago. I'm trying to
These are not
recollect.
things one forgets.
What did she do? Well, it's been a while. She was crap. I can't remember why she was innocent. Help?
She was doing her father's bidding.
Yeah, she was, but why exactly?
She's the daughter.
She betrayed him at the end, I thought.
What do you mean served her prison?
We have to
No, her
watch this
time
video.
was a turn. Yeah,
We tell him everything that happened
yeah. We tell him.
perfectly.
All right, you can make another persuasion check with
Oh, man.
advantage.
Yeah, she was following what's her name's ooh
Memnor.
Nemnor. It's a 20.
All right. So that was a natural 20.
No, it was a
It's
plus 20.
modified.
But why did
still
we
19.
decide it was okay?
You were against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically,
she
okay,
was-
right. So I didn't.
She was repentant. That was the thing.
Right.
She understood that what she did
She
was
wasn't even
wrong.
that repentant.
She
And-
also
Yeah.
she also promised not to go back to her father.
And then she
Yes.
kind of ran away. So really, she wasn't. But anyway, whatever. I'm gonna forget that I was against it in the first place, and I say she was repentant and she was only doing her father's bidding.
And why would the Stormazine place such a judgment in the hands of outsiders like you?
Because we completed the trial.
The trial of Fractos?
Yes.
Tell 'em all.
Impossible.
Well, how do we
Really?
get this? Yeah.
Tell them
I mean, it was
also.
difficult.
Tell me of the trial. Then I may believe you.
So we went on top of a mountain and on the Isle
Don't
of
forget lots of
Fractos, and there was a whole
skeletons
bunch
and
of
monsters.
skeletons, and they were shooting at us. And then we killed most of them, and then we escaped and went deep inside the island, and then we fell into a pit, or we jumped into a pit, and there was a little girl who was a snake, and she helped us to get into the main temple, and there were what are those monsters called? Were they like
Oddlaw or
lions?
something.
They were flying?
Chimeras.
Oh,
Oh, chimeras, wasn't
Manticores.
it? Yeah.
Manticores.
Manticores.
It was manticores, yeah. There were manticores, and we fought them, and then we got to the statue, and we thought it was a statue at first, and turned out it was Anglemore, and then we had a
slew
scroll
the
of.
manticores and Fractos. You must then have trophies of them, surely.
Oh, we didn't
No.
really pick them up. We didn't
Why
think it was
would
a
you
big
do
deal at
that?
the time.
Not
I'm
a
surprised
bit.
Gimbal didn't take any actually.
I guess
Oh wait,
we
wait! Didn't we
saw
take
them-
some?
I
We
shall-
did. We did. We
What?
took some.
The Medusa's head. The Medusa's head. We've got a
No,
Medusa's head.
you kicked it
Oh,
down. You
God.
kicked it
Oh,
off. You kicked
damn.
it down because it kept.
We,
Oh yeah, there was a
took some-
Medusa, and we killed her, and we took her head as a trophy, but she it kept stoning one of our guys, so we just we threw it away. It's too
We
dangerous.
took some Manticore spines though. We definitely
Did
took some
we?
Manticore spines. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Can someone pull out the manticore spines?
I guess they're in the bag of holding.
I just
Oh,
shout back.
oh,
So are we
can't
friends
even remember.
now? Are we all buddies? What are we doing?
Show me your trophies from
Okay, so-
Fractos.
Pretty sure we took some Manticore spines. I'm certain Hank did, but they don't have any poison. But I still took them anyway because I thought they were cool.
So I'm gonna
Does ring a bell.
show the
Yeah.
bag of holding.
Yeah.
Open the flap and say Manticore spines.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
cool.
pretty impressive, isn't it?
Cheap tricks.
Oh,
But they
Bag
are
of holding,
manticore
man.
spines, you see?
Cheap tricks of the elf lords. Manticore spines, you say.
Mhm.
He turns to the wolf, and the wolf spies at them. Yes, master, they appear to be so. They
This
do
wolf
not
is really helping us.
lie.
Hmm.
Maybe this giant's slightly blind or got cataracts. Keeps messing with the boulders.
Do you want to make a wisdom check?
Sure.
Me? Who?
no,
Medicine
Gimbal.
check.
Gimbal, you can make a wisdom perception check, rather. Or an investigation check, actually, would be more accurate. But
Well, let's take that anyway, because
Perception
my
check.
investigation is terrible.
Gimbal, you wouldn't be at all surprised to see he has cataracts.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'll start moving up towards where Josiah is.
All right.
Anyway, so at least then I can start talking to him because I'm getting bored.
All right.
This looks. I just noticed. This looks like it's going really well.
All right.
It went okay. We're covered.
giant puts you down, Tricky Bob, back on the ground.
Hmm.
Leave these lands. Do not return here.
Why? I mean, is this not proof enough for you?
Do you want to help
Can you
us?
translate?
Yes,
Help
I
you?
translate.
Okay, cool. You translate. All right. Well, then go back to him and say, "We'll come and go as we please in mutual, and we will ignore each other mutually."
What does your
Um,
friend say?
Yeah.
He-
Yeah.
We
he-
don't say
What
that,
does
Tricky.
this puny elf say?
The puny elf says that we would like to transport through the lands, but we will mean no harm to you, and hopefully you mean no harm to us.
You
But we
are
won't
not
stay.
welcome in these Astorian lands. Our ancestors lived and died here. You
we-
seek only our treasure.
I don't
Alright,
want
well,
your treasure.
Are the orcs allowed to stay? And other creatures?
I
want
have
his
not
treasure.
seen these orcs.
Go to your temple. When was the last time you went up to your temple?
Maybe you
Which
should come with us.
temple? There are many temples here.
Oh,
Oh,
Jera. Little help.
what was the temple?
On
I know
the
you guys.
the highest peak of the in the middle of the island.
Mountain.
These peaks have changed since last I slept and woke.
Sounds like he's a bit out of touch. Maybe we should try and twist his elbow to go and check them out and see
Yeah,
if we're
Come with
lying or
us.
not.
You need to
should
come
come
with
with
us, and then if everything is fine, we'll leave.
Who's
Simple.
translating that?
I will. I just bring,
Tricky's the only one who can, really.
yeah, bring him to tell him what he said.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you translate for Gimbal. Come with you?
Yes.
How far is this place you go?
Couple of days.
Does it have a name? Surely if you have had contact with the Stormazine, you would know it.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
What about the
Does
the
anyone
Jira?
remember? Hang
What's it
on,
called?
surely we put it on
Oh,
the
it was
notes.
on the map. That's what I kept referring to. It's on the Roll20 map.
Oh, you want
Can
to
we go back to the Roll20?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Let's
do
pull
that.
out a map.
It was on there. I wrote it down on there, but not in the document.
Gimbal rummages through his bags and finds the map he's messing.
There we go. It's
Ah,
Doden
Dodem.
Barbug.
Barbug.
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds familiar. It's Dodenbog.
Barbug.
Dodem
Bog.
Barbug.
Bog.
Barbug.
Barbug.
Babag.
Odin Baba.
I mean, if we can all say it in this, it's all the same language, right? So it's like the giant name. So we can
Yeah,
all
yeah.
shout Dodem Barbug, and he's gonna know what it is.
He stands rising now that he's put you down on the ground. You want me to travel to Doden Barpog with you?
Or
Yeah.
ahead of us. Either way, really.
Yeah, as long as you see it.
As long as you get there and see what's happening.
Yeah, if he doesn't trust us, we're more than welcome to let him go ahead of us and meet us as we continue our journey there.
You say orcs there.
Yeah, go kill the orcs.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Orc filth. They smear their poo on everything.
He turns to the wolf, and the wolf says, I can go ahead, master. I can scout for these orcs. Return when you have news whether these humanoids speak the truth. When we know, then we will be certain. In the meantime, you will be my captives.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well, could we not continue away from here towards Dodem Barbug? Because it's going to take us ages compared to you to get there anyway.
I think he's sending the wolf ahead of him. I think
Yeah.
he's essentially saying that
Wolf,
hey, look,
time is of the essence.
We shall see if time is of the essence.
Fine.
This depends on your lies. So far you have spoken some truths, things that you have learned from somewhere, but I cannot be certain that you did not read these from some lying elven text.
all
So,
right, Master Giant.
would you? You go ahead.
Yeah, well,
You go ahead.
look, I'm feeling pretty confident that wolf's going to see a whole bunch of orcs and hopefully hightail it back here. So
I'm-
in a
I'm
show
cool
of
to
good
hang out.
faith, I'm happy to hang out with this guy, whatever his name is. We don't know his
I'll
name
hang
yet.
Hey, what's your name?
Oh, we heard his name. Remember they
Oh,
were shouting for it.
Grimgarr.
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 I'm gonna go pick up all my arrows. That fucking useless spell again.
All right. No. When you get back there, you notice there's a dead squirrel.
Oh no! Well,
Dinner.
only if it
Full of
was
arrows.
hostile.
Dinner.
So it must have been an evil
The hostile
squirrel.
squirrel.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I'll take it. I'll pocket that squirrel.
You come with me to my home.
That sounds nice.
I will keep you alive until
Yes. Show us to your treasure room.
I don't
can't hear
translate
me
that.
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
you don't translate that part.
No, I don't translate that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Then we
Uh,
shall wait for Nograstru to return.
What's the wolf's name?
Nograstru.
No crush.
No crush.
I can
True.
also spell it out for you. If you like.
I'm going with NO''GRUUSTU.
Close. Close.
Oh yeah, not too bad.
Okay, well then we'll go wait.
So you've got Grimgarr and Nograstru.
And he's a
Alright.
winter wolf.
Yeah.
Winter wolf. Speaks common. How come he
Yeah.
speaks common?
Fuck knows. That's what it
Yeah.
says in the
Smart.
monster manual.
They're smart.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
smart
he
wolves.
doesn't speak common. That's the weird thing. Whoever they've been talking to.
Yeah, but the giant's an idiot.
Yeah. Last wolf of Grimgarr. I hope he's last.
That is my face.
Last
Last
wolf
one left.
from this
No.
patrol.
It's nice.
Nomadic frost giant.
If we killed him, we probably.
No, not nomadic.
No,
Hermit
yeah, it's
frost
just a
giant.
squatter.
Hermit
Frost
frost giant.
squatter.
Like if we killed this wolf, we probably would be screwed right now.
He's probably blind, so that's
We
why he
should kill
sticks to
him.
himself.
At this point.
Mm.
Wait till he
Oh,
falls
yeah.
asleep.
So
Then wail him.
he stands turning and he begins to walk off. He walks about 50 feet in about 10 steps. Turns back and looks at you. Come.
I'm walking. I'm not gonna
Yep.
run to keep pace.
Yeah, we're
I'm
coming.
not in a rush.
All right. Well, he leads you down this pathway, which eventually takes you to the edge of the ravine that you've been at before. As you travel there, you can make perception checks.
Hmm.
17.
Ugh,
Placid 20.
15.
15.
10.
10. Okay, well, everybody else sees the griffins except for Kimball.
The one who would actually help.
I
Yeah.
was thinking, do I have to share this squirrel with anyone?
So just looking at it and thinking about how many parasites it has.
Pretty hungry.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
it looks
sticking to my
clean.
rations, I think.
Right. Okay. Well, he takes you down to the top of that structure that you saw in the vision, Hank, earlier that I described. You probably all overheard that description, I take it. And so from the side, I guess I can give you a quick sketching. I'll do that.
Yeah, there's no rush.
Give me a
It's already
minute.
12.
Let me make a new one of these. Here we go. Just drag you guys over here for a minute. I'll grab all the tokens. And we'll come over to this blank page. Tap you there. Oops, that's not supposed to be there.
Also, I like to think that during the translation, Hank just doesn't translate the shit about the tricky elves and bollocks.
No,
Oh,
we translate.
No, definitely
Translate all of
translate
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
that.
Okay, so this is like the edge of the ravine. And then there's this square base of stone. The ravine continues along like that. You can tell it's a ravine because it's got lines.
Mm.
And it goes down a fairly long way. And there's like pillars and there's like hills and shit behind it. And the back of this structure, there's an archway that's half collapsed. It leads into the darkness. There's some pillars. There's a piece of broken arch over here, and some more pillars and crap lying around on top of there. But from the side of it, Hank, when you looked at it from Hogsmoor's point of view,
Yeah.
there were like openings
Right.
on the side of this thing.
Like windows without windows.
Yeah, and big
Just
fluted
portals.
pillars that come down the side of it. Like, do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, kind of like half pillars.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm drawing terribly. I should use lines instead of freehand. But you get the gist of it. And there's various platforms that come out from the side of it as well in places.
So it's kind of like a tower built into the side of the ravine. Kind of.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's sort of half covered, half in and half out.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah. But it's giant sized.
Yeah.
And much of it is just covered in ice and snow, and other parts of it are covered in rubble. You would say from the outside, just from what you saw from Hogsmoor's vision, that maybe 30% of it is surviving in its sort of somewhat intact form.
Mm.
Many of these windows is just trash inside, or pulled out, rubble everywhere.
Just like shit.
Yeah, big cracks in the walls as well.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea. And you guys come in from this direction.
All right.
That is quite a house.
It's a wonderful little house. I'd love to have something like that. It'd be great.
Say there's a bit more of a structure to that, and it goes into the wall of the hill. Okay. All right. And so when you get there, he leads you in amongst the broken pillars and so on. It gives you a chance to sort of look around briefly. And Gimbal, you can make a perception check at this point.
Boop. 19.
19. Well, over here, there is a griffin chained
Where?
to a rock.
Oh, okay, I'm going straight there. Am I allowed to? Is he stopping me?
Are you allowed to? Yeah, you can go and have a look.
Sweet. All right, that's where I'm spending my time. Captive time.
All right, so this griffin is chained up, one leg chained at the ankle to this pillar.
I toss him the squirrel.
Okay, toss him the squirrel. You gonna make an animal handling check?
Sure. +1.
And it became his best
14.
friend forever.
14.
That takes time, Hank.
Mm,
Just toss a guy a squirrel and think you're buddies.
at least
Maybe.
5 squirrels.
It's gonna take at least 5 squirrels.
Well, your
Maybe a
initial
goat.
interaction with the griffin seems to be positive. It takes the
It
squirrel
ate the
and
squirrel.
it looks at you. It eats the squirrel, and it looks at you and sort of squawks out for more.
You're so
Aw.
beautiful, and I love you.
Kind of walks back and around. And
What color is it?
Oh, it's a griffin. What color could it be? It could be
Grey or brown or
Tawny,
spotted. Spotted.
dappled, paint.
Okay. Like a
Paint.
Dalmatian griffin.
I think this one is kind of
Oh, white?
a whitey grey coloured with a few brown spots spattered in its underside. Yeah, it's got streaks of grey in its feathers around its head. Almost a blue grey.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How long is that wolf gonna take? Do we know? Can we ask the giant?
You can ask the giant. You can ask them to ask the giant.
Yeah.
You can ask.
Tricky, can you
Tricky.
find out from the giant how long that wolf will take to get there and back?
What is the speed of oh my god, what's his name?
Barkley.
Sparkly. What is it?
Nogrustu.
Nogrustu.
Nogrostru, his
Yeah?
speed.
Yeah, how quickly do you think it'll take him to get to the ruins?
I do not know how far or how long. I think perhaps He is as fast as the wind.
About a
That's
day
pretty
then.
quick.
Yeah.
Takes, yeah, the wind doesn't take that long to travel, is it? It'd be
Yeah,
like
wind
a
is quick.
couple hours.
I cannot answer your question. I do not know.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fair.
All right.
Are you,
In the meantime, you may come in here. And he points to the entranceway up there. And you go in if you follow. I assume you're going
Yeah.
to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's this huge tunnel, and on the walls you can see parts of it again collapsed, big cracks, heavy damage has been taken here. But the tunnel goes back about 120 feet into the wall, and it's partly filled with rubble. You notice a few tools just lined up on the wall where he obviously has been keeping like a pickaxe and other things like that, mostly sort of digging tools. You see that there are some aurochs hanging, stripped, skinned on like a rail, wooden rail that he's made out of a tree trunk. Most of the structures that he builds in here are made of wood out of tree trunks, a few stones piled up on things and stuff like that. And at the end, there's this chamber that must have once been some magnificent chamber, but now it's just dank and full of icicles and grime and chunks of earth and dirt and stone and a pile of wood. He's made a pile of logs in one corner, which seems to be what he uses for his general making things type stuff. There's a pile of mammoth bones in another corner, including tusks and things, which he uses for anything that needs to be pointy, so scraping things, that type of stuff. And you can see that there's a couple of up about 30 feet off the floor, there's a couple of tunnels that go back further into this complex, what seems to be some sort of complex. And on one side, there's some stairs that lead down to a collapsed tunnel. The stairs that lead down to that collapsed tunnel, there's a pile of bones and shit basically thrown in there. It's a bit stinky, actually. So yeah, and there's a fire pit. And he says, "Here you may make your home for now, until Nograstru returns."
What do you call this? Your home? What is the name of this structure?
I translate
Dwelling.
that.
He gives you a name in Giant, and you translate it. I haven't got one off the top of my head.
Good. So next session, we just explore this place.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, we'll wrap up there because we're 20 minutes over. That makes up for
Yeah.
our little break. And yeah, good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes.
That was fun.
Did
Good
we
stuff.
have fun today?
That was,
Yes.
that was very, very good persuading. Tricky Bob.
I
Thank you.
nice.
Yeah, good job,
realized I
Tricky.
forgot most of the stuff from the Young session,
Me too.
Yeah.
and I completely forgot that I didn't want to let her out.
Right. Fair enough. Okay, well, we'll wrap up there. Thank you, guys.
Very good.
Catch you guys later.